Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Beyond All Reason. I'm pretty sure it's already transmitting audio, even though it still says the starting stream window. We're just gonna choose not to worry about it and hope that it's working well. Uh, this is set 2 of the Wolfwind Discord tournament. Free-for-all tournament. Let's go ahead and introduce our players for set 2. In the yellow, playing for the game as the Armada Commander, we have Dragon Lord. In the green, Legion Commander, also playing for the game, we have Lightfall 94. And it looks like Blue Dragon has dropped and did not load in. In the red, Big Hank in the Armada. Playing under rule set 2, not playing for the game. Got Big Hank, Red Cortex. Blue Legion, we have Dusk. This time not playing for the prize, since he played for the prize yesterday. So he will not be earning points this time around. Just a little up. Anybody having questions about how this is going to work? Same, but it's okay. We're going to figure it out. Playing, not for the prize, but new for today, is Shira Cat, playing as the light blue, the cyan, the turquoise Armada. And then lastly, playing in the orange Cortex, we have Mallard. Let's see what these players get up to. Go ahead and note. He dropped. Let's quickly change things up real quick since Blackjack dropped. Let's also check to make sure that the stream is running. Looks fine. Free-for-all tournament. Let's go ahead and yeah, it's fine. Cool. Okay, so Blackjack dropped. Just so you guys know, his kill does not count for a point.
I'm loading in.
They're playing. I
know.
No.
We're not going after his commander.
Yeah, don't. If you can play, just he doesn't count for points or anything because obviously he's a free kill right now. So we're just gonna consider him withdrawn. Shira, since Blackjack has had to withdraw, can you, just for the sake of, because now there's only 2 people playing for points, can you switch to being a points player? And if you happen to win, we will address the matter of the prize later.
Sure.
We'll let you donate it to somebody or something. But just for the sake of there still being a third person, yes, Blackjack, you can still play, but we can't. We would have to reset the game in order for it to count because you can't play for points if you've not loaded in and it's been 4 minutes. The others are playing and building things. You're withdrawn.
Alright.
I mean, it don't take that long to build up. It's a full metal
on full metal map, but for the other 2 rounds, we'll talk.
Yeah, you're going files again. That's why it took forever.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is Flatjack Blue Dragon?
Yes.
Yes.
So pink. You can still load in and play Flatjack. It's just you're basically an obstacle course now. You're there to. You can be there to cause problems. You're no longer playing for points. You're just there to cause problems. So we're just
tournament, I guess.
Yeah. So we're gonna switch the roles for Shira and Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon is Flatjacked. He's gonna not play for points. Shira is gonna play for points. The light blue is gonna play for points now. So just reverse those 2. Everybody good?
Sure. Oh wait, no! Now I am gonna be targeted by Dusk. That sucks.
Sucks to suck. All right. Good luck to everybody. And I'm gonna go back to casting. Hopefully, get some people out here watching today. And I'm sorry, Fletjack, but we can't. There's not really anything else we can do for it.
I know
today.
it's fun. It's funny.
All right, you guys have fun.
I'm gonna get
casting.
better RAM soon, anyways. So.
Poor Flatjack does not have the computer processing power, I think, to load the game properly, but it's okay. Points. And we'll fight each other unless the points players back first. Okay. Let's see what in the world these players get up to today. Got 2 viewers out here. We got up to like 6 viewers or so yesterday, so here's hoping that we do pretty good again today. Nothing crazy happening so far. Shira just moving out with some scouts. Dragon Lord sending out a scout as well. Looks like everybody's just kind of looking for people at this point. They're trying to establish player positions. Pretty smart. Figure out. Let's check the player view for these guys. Okay, so Dragon Lord has actually done some excellent scouting. He knows where 4 of his 6 opponents are at. It doesn't look like anybody else has scouted too well. Mallard, though, well on the way. Definitely going to figure out where some people are here. Ooh. Walked into medium mines, but medium mines were too close together, so they all chain reacted. Needs to spread these medium mines out some if she wants to make good use of those. Spread them out. They have a pretty wide activation range. That purple ring, I believe, is the activation radius as well as the explosion radius. Spreads these out a little bit. More likely to catch something, but still stops the scout. Let's check on the economies for these players. Dusk at plus 55, plus 940. Big Hank at plus 50, plus 8. Shira at plus 55, plus 1,000. Lightfall at plus 44, metal, 470 energy. Mallard at plus 21, plus 180. Dragonlord at plus 14, plus 190. These players skiing a little bit slow on the uptake, but they're getting there. Dragonlord stalling out for energy. Needs to solve his energy crisis. He's trying to, though. He's working on it. Needs to spread out a little bit. This is some wide open area here. It needs to make better use, I think, of the full metal map. The players voted and agreed beforehand, before the stream started, to play on full metal map again, because that's what they started with yesterday. But the other 2 maps will get voted on properly, so they may be the different maps from what was played on yesterday, especially since we have an additional player for today. I like this. So Jira has just decided to put mines everywhere. And believe it or not, this is actually not a bad strategy. These medium mines can actually catch out and stop most tier 1 units and do pretty hefty damage to tier 2. Not really spreading them out in a cohesive manner, but it doesn't matter because there's going to be lines of units coming across the way later. So, you know, and they're so cheap. It's like, yeah, it's like 25 metal. It costs 2 energy to maintain them. So these will just be here. They'll just be hanging out, waiting to catch something at some point eventually. Hank gonna fan out with scouts. And find some people's bases here, most likely. He remembers not to engage anybody he shouldn't. Gonna find Dusk as well as Shira. You're going to meet his forces. Mine's gonna catch. See, look, mine's gonna catch out some of these pawns. Just pop. Ooh, barely gonna scoot through there and then get caught by the beamer turret anyway. Ain't gonna locate his first actual opponent, which is gonna be Dusk. We've got 3 players playing for prize and 3 players playing for the secondary rule set and the prize associated with it, which is a stream reward. Mallard not playing for the prize here, gonna find himself set upon by Hank. He's totally goofed. I said whoops a couple minutes ago that Mallard was playing for points. My B. Whoops. Hopefully that didn't confuse anybody. In any case, I'm wondering if we're going to see any combat here between Lightfall and Dragonlord. Both of these guys opting for a tier 1 patrol route, which is actually not something I've really seen before, but doing it with these centaurs from Lightfall, actually not a bad idea. I kind of like that. I don't know how worth it is on this map specifically, just because of the nature of the Full Metal map, but the centaurs patrolling around, they're fast and they're devastating in close range, meaning that tier 1 scouts and things are very likely to just get stopped and shut down. Shira continued to build a minefield, trying her best to scale up the metal income here. Stepped up to tier 2. Needs to fix her energy situation. Well, actually, you know what? Actually, I guess she's not doing too bad. Let's compare. In fact, let's compare economies here. Dusk at plus 80 metal. Hank at 95. Shira at 99. Lightfall at 47. Mallard at 43. Dragonlord at 28. Shira actually playing for points is well in the lead of not just the points players, but all of our players here. I'm rather surprised. Shira's a relatively new player. Still going into this tier 1 spam, though. I'm not sure how worth it that is. She's not building it anymore, though. She could go out with this, see if she could find somebody, do some damage, get some kills out. Indeed, she is going to go looking a little bit. Does she see Hank here? No. Nope, she's just going to miss Hank. Didn't fan those scouts out quite enough. Needs to build like 10 of those, 12 of those, 20 of those. Fan them out across the map. Like Hank did with his pawns. Speak of the Devil, Mallard doing just that now. He's got some Rascal Light Scout vehicles going to go out. What factories are these guys opting for? Air spam coming out from Dusk again. Up to the same shenanigans as yesterday. Perhaps hoping he can get away with it. Gonna scout and find Shira here. Shira is a player he's not allowed to attack for now. Mallard scouting here, but also going to find Shira. Not allowed to attack Shira just yet, as he's not playing for points. Mallard going to find all of the points players, and it's going to also find Hank, most likely. These two, able to attack each other, are super close together, and I'm curious to see how that goes. Dragon Lord, going on the offensive, it looks like, knows where Shira is at and is going to move on her, perhaps hoping to catch her off guard, but I think he's actually in for a surprise here. There's a pretty thick wall of Tier 1 ready and waiting. Not just Tier 1, but a small amount of Tier 2 coming out as well. Not sure why she's got it sent down here, as she does not have any, doesn't need to worry about any defense against Mallard. Her opponents are all on the opposite side of the map, but she hasn't been able to scout too well, so maybe she simply doesn't know. Dusk gonna find Lightfall. Let's see what Dusk knows. Dusk was a powerhouse player in the previous match. He knows where Hank is at. Hank's gonna be his primary opponent here because Hank is gonna be what shuts down his expansion efforts, but it doesn't look like he intends to expand much anyways. He's walling himself off already. Walling yourself off with Tier 1 is questionable. Tier 2 Stronghold's gonna come out pretty quickly. Wondering if he's hoping to get a snipe off. Is Hank prepared with the anti-air here? Ooh. Difficult to say. He's got a bunch of Tier 1 anti-air. Couple turrets hanging around. Tier 2 crossbow. So he's got mobile anti-air. Opted for the mobile option here. But that's not going to help him if his commander gets set upon by all these strongholds. Yeah, that's 18 strongholds here. And even at level 4, an Armada commander might struggle against that many. We'll see. Sporadic placement of the minefield continuing to come out here is quite funny, I must say. 3 viewers here. Flatjack says in the chat you got kicked completely, so he'll be an obstacle in the next rounds. Sorry, man. I really hate that you weren't able to play. We'll have to play some 0K later in the week, since I know you can play that one. Mallard continuing to try to get the scouts out here. Tier 1 army grouping up here for Dragon Lord. Again, looking, I think, to make a play against Shira here. Not looking to make any plays against Lightfall. Perhaps he's got radar up and can see the patrols here and is nervous about it. Lightfall going for a very, very small build blueprint here. Needs to expand more, I believe. Get pinpointers. Needs to get to Tier 2 metal. He's got overcharged. Got Tier 2 constructors coming out now, though. I fall at 56 metal per second. Not bad. 106 for Shira. 198 for Hank. And 300 for Dusk. Holy hell. He's just got a dedicated group of constructors building bricks of advanced metal extractors here in the back line. That's crazy. He's gonna get away with it too, because Hank's not stopping him. Hank not doing too bad his damn self. Got his commander assisting with the construction of these advanced metal extractors. I think these guys are the only ones so far who have really stepped it up to that degree. Shira, though, in the backlines of this, is going to get her first advanced fusion down. So she's rushed out the advanced fusion here and is then going to use that energy to fund the step into the Tier 2 metal extraction. Big fight going to come out here against Shira from Dragon Lord, but the Tier 2 tanks are going to be more than enough to shut that down for now. Now, Shira may not realize it, but she's plenty strong enough to step into Mallard's base here and kill him. And Mallard can't attack her until she attacks first. And it looks like she's going to try to do exactly that. No, she's going to redirect. Perhaps seeing that this is the wrong color. Going to move away from him for now. war has been declared so far. Crossed lines that shouldn't be crossed. Hank, up to his same old shenanigans, just absolutely spamming out a tier 1 army here of just maces and anti-air. Lightfall, not me, not me, not me. 3 viewers out here, welcome to the stream. Hank surely had to know that this was coming. Oh my god, there's 55 of them. Gonna get met with with a ton of anti-air. Oh man. That is a lot of crossbows. That is a lot of crossbows. And Hank's response is going to be to immediately shove this entire tier 1 army down Dusk's throat. Dusk as a level 5 Legion commander shouldn't have too many problems, though, against this many tier 1s, just by virtue of the commander that he's playing as, with some support from the tier 1 defenses here. Yeah, this cluster artillery going to be exceptionally effective against all of this here. If he had spread the strongholds out, yeah, the stronghold's going to be more than enough here to slow all of this down. Really think Hank is kind of making a mistake here. He just all this tier 1 spam is just not going to do it. Not on the full metal map, and on any other map here, Hank would be absolutely dominant. We'll see though. He's got so much anti-air, he may even be able to break down the strongholds that are slowing him down. These maces, once they get to the front line, are a little bit thicker and heavier duty than the pawns were. So maybe they can get some work done. This is the only action happening right now across the map. Other players have no idea. Get a good view of this. Gonna take some superficial damage across the front line here, but honestly, not really anything too drastic. Yeah, tons of these tier 2 strongholds gonna get shut down. I definitely just saw an amputator round land on top of a stronghold and kill it, so that's funny. Yeah, only superficial damage here being done by the tier 2 spam from Hank. I'm curious as to what his game plan is now. Does he commit to the tier 1? Yeah, he's gonna keep committing to it. He's got tier 2 support coming out now from the factory over here. He's already got a second factory. Not using the first one though, but we'll see if that changes. Shira moving out with an army of her own, looking to go hunt some people down. She's gonna go find Dragonlord here, and actually, I'm not sure if Dragonlord can stop her. He's devoting a lot of economy right now into the experimental gantry. I'm kind of tempted to give Shira the bonus point here for the use of the mines. I don't know if she's doing it on purpose, but the mines are rarely, if ever, used, and this is actually very effective for stopping a flank. For example, if these incisor tanks were to move out, they wouldn't even, a lot of these wouldn't even make it to her base. They would simply get shut down. These, yeah, I like, man, I'll have to think about it. But I'm really tempted to give her a point here for the use of the mines. I never see minefields get used, and they're so effective when used correctly here. And I think she figured out after the first line got blown up in a chain that she needed to spread them out, which is what she's doing here. Let's go ahead and look in on this fight here first, though. We're going to have some action finally. Our tier 1 units. Gonna find the opposing tier 1 units of Dragonlord and gonna attempt to move in. She's gonna dive straight into the economy here. She's got no anti-air. These bombers can actually get some work done, but is it enough? This is so many bull tanks. There's the commander. The commander alone here is a pretty gnarly force to be reckoned with, and killing all the base defense in the world doesn't matter. If you can't finish the commander off here, it would mean somebody else could steal this kill. He's going for it. Gets him. The effigy's already done. Lightfall was moving in for the kill, but doesn't get it. So that's 2 points for first blood. And a point for Dragon Lord for third place. Gonna fight Lightfall's forces here. Shear's gonna know roughly in what direction he's at now, but Lightfall is much more prepared here for an assault than Shear was, or excuse me, than Dragon Lord was. He's got tier 2 stuff slowly coming up. He's not actually building tier 2 units, which could be proved to be a mistake. We'll see here. As he gets more and more of these bastions up, tier 2 units are gonna be less and less effective, but he's going to find it difficult, I think, for him to scale his economy from this position. He's still got 121 metal per second to work with. Does Shira just immediately push out? Look at all of the bulls! And you know what? I think I am going to give her the point for the minefield, because we never see that used. Lightfall still able to earn a bonus point for himself here, even if he loses to Shira, if he does something fantastic, perhaps in the attempt to hold the line. He could potentially earn a point for withstanding a consistent assault like this. Gonna be rough, though. Oh, man, he's just standing there and eating it. He's got an effigy. He's gonna respawn. He needs to get his commander out of there. Focus construction turrets on it. Oh, stepped into his own laser. Okay. Wow. Sweeping victory there for Shira. No matter what, Shira secured herself in first place here, and now is acting as an obstacle for the remaining 3 players. This is going to turn into a match of willpower, I think, between Shira, Hank, and Dusk. But what that does mean is that Orange down here, if they can expand and capitalize on this time, they may find themselves in a position to very rapidly expand. And he's got a lot of ground here that he can use if only he can utilize it. Shira immediately going on the offensive, though, not fucking around at all. Oh no, Mallard trying to build a calamity. Gonna find himself very pressured. By all these tier 2 units. Oh yeah. Now these Zars, I will say these Zar tanks can absolutely turn the tide here against all these, even these tier 2 bulls, if they're used correctly. Marching them headlong into the enemy, though, is not the way forward, though. We'll see. This is a Cortex Commander. This Cortex Commander is going to do a lot of damage, especially as it moves into firing range of the rest of its weaponry here. She's going to collapse in on him, but they're going to be taking a lot of firepower from behind. He's going to activate the flanking bonus here. Cortex Commander is just a monster with the Evolving Commanders enabled, and he's at level 7. He's not to be trifled with. Mallard's actually going to survive this assault here, I think, by the skin of his teeth. Needs to keep backing up. There he goes. 4 tanks left. 3, 2, 1. Survives wave 1. And these Starlights, they're good, but they need vision. As we can see here, a little bit more vision and radar. Hank absolutely sweeping across, gonna run into the mines. I'm telling you, this is actually super good. I love seeing the use of the minefield here. We never see them utilized. Starlight's gonna be taking pot shots from within the minefield at these tier 1 units. Now, these Starlights, they're siege weapons. They're long range. They're slow, relatively slow firing, and not very good against spam. So this tier 1 spammage here will eventually get on top of these, I think, and there won't be a whole lot here can do about it. But we'll see. These are spread out enough. There might be enough cycle time for these Starlights to just pick this apart. These units aren't very fast as far as tier 1s go. Ooh, withdrawing here, not the right move. They can't shoot behind them. There we go. Gonna turn them back around. Absolute siege warfare here on the face of Mallard. I think if he survives this, I'd be, and if he was playing for points, which he's not, but if he was, I'd be tempted to give him a point for this, just based on the fact that, like, he's essentially handled a 2v1 here, of sorts. Big tier 2 wave from Shira, followed immediately by a tier 2, tier 1 mixed attack from Hank, yeah. Wow. And look at the, how much mass is available here to reclaim. 34,000 metal available here to be reclaimed. 34,000. Incredible. Needs to start placing down this economy. This 98 metal per second is not going to cut it. Hank sweeping across again with another wave of tier 1 and 2. But this Cortex Commander is going to eat all of this single file stuff for breakfast. Even if Mallard doesn't have the economy to support himself here and slow down these attacks, the Cortex Commander by himself is a vicious, vicious foe. Shira actually plenty able to get the point here, though. So the goal here for Shira, she wants the point on Mallard's kill. Mallard's going to run and try to stay alive. What he does with his commander here matters. Shira's trying to get the point. If Hank kills him, no points are doled out, but Shira can get an extra point here by succeeding in the kill. She doesn't know where the commander's at, though. In the background, Dusk, up to his old shenanigans, is an absolutely monstrous Air Force coming up, and Shira has completely forgotten the anti-air. That's going to prove 110% fatal. There's no tier 2 anti-air capabilities here from Shira whatsoever. There's no fighters. There's no higher tier turrets. There's a little bit of flak, but the flak's going to be way too short range to engage this. There's no mobile anti-air. Nothing able to deal with this. This one Epic Tyrannus may actually put a stop to Shira's assault here. And is going to start doing that right now. Now, Shira's commander maybe, with the EMP abilities, can do something about this. Did not scout Dusk whatsoever, though, and thus had no idea this was coming. Chainsaws, unfortunately, just not going to cut it when it comes to shooting down this monstrosity. The entire economy here is going to get ripped apart, I think. Shira choosing, I think, wisely, perhaps, in recognition of this, to run. No, not ready to run yet. Perhaps hoping this anti-air will get more done. And it is the bomb-resistant Tier 1 anti-air. If Dusk continues to sit here and not move this thing, it is going to start taking some pretty serious damage as these turrets start to rank up from attacking it. That's one thing to be said. 20% health left. Nobody able to finish the Mallard kill here. Shira desperately running for her life, and I can't blame her. Wow. Gonna actually shoot it down with chainsaws. I'm surprised. Incredible. One chainsaw survives. All to kill one. There is another 2 on the way. This is a... Boy, I can't believe Dusk got away with this. I can't believe he got away again with air spam defense turrets. And that's it. Guys, we gotta stop letting him get away with this. We've gotta stop him. Somebody stop this man. Somebody build a fighter screen, please. Or at least the Mercuries, or the Zystons, or the it's the Mercury. This is the Zyston, and I think it's the Artemis. Cortex. You have a tier 2 construction vehicle anywhere? That's yours. The Screamer. Mercury Zyston Screamer. Your long-range tier 2 anti-air tower. Something. Now, Shira also, she's cloaked. She could move in on this and just degun it. But I'm not sure if she knows how to do that. She, like I said, she is relatively new to this game, so she may not know that she can degun air units if she points at it. You'd have to get up underneath it and click it. Choosing to harass Hank with the last of her forces here, perhaps hoping that she could find an easy kill, but Hank is not going to be that easy kill by any stretch of the imagination. Level 9 Cortex Commander single-handedly tearing apart units, though, and ranking up as he does. Quite hilarious. Cortex Commander is such a monster on the front lines at level 10. Rat tanks at range, though, going to be more than enough here to eventually finish off this AFK Commander. Quite funny. There he goes. AFK Commander going to go up in flames. Shira cloaked and praying. Must have radar coverage, though, because she's starting to eat some shots. Needs to try for the D-gun here, I think. In my opinion. Because you're not going to get away. It's just fast enough to keep up with your commander. Not looking good. And the effigy's gone. Once this dies, that's it. Oh, no, wait. The effigy's down here. Gonna make a run for it. Wow. I can't believe it. She's gonna get away. Because now he has absolutely no idea. And Shira could definitely 100% just tuck away in the corner here behind Mallard. Mallard doesn't have radar. He would have no idea. Neither would Dusk. Incredible. And she's building an outpost. She could, if she's lucky, make it all the way to the bottom left of the corner, bottom left corner of the map here, and just start over. She could just start over. That would be incredibly, incredibly funny if she managed to do that, I think. Hilarious, even. Dusk continuing to spam out epic Tyrannuses. I would love to say, you know, Dusk, stop doing the same dumb tactic over and over and over again, but no one's punished him for it. Absolutely no one. Now, these rat tanks can shoot up, so this actually may prove to be somewhat of an effective counter, even if Hank's doing it by accident. He's gonna need higher level anti-air, though. These shields are not gonna... Ooh, never mind. High level anti-air has absolutely been acquired. Now, a lot of his front line here is gonna get hit before it's within range, but it's certainly better than nothing. Here's tucked away in a corner. Mallard, meanwhile, desperately, he's going to suck up some of the mass here. Trying to just slowly get himself back on his feet, and I can't believe it, but he is slowly bringing online a calamity. What is the firing range? This? Just enough to really screw over Shira's little outpost, but not enough to cover the map. Unfortunately for him, he would have needed to put it more center mass of our map here for that. But a lot of this metal being reclaimed slowly. Wonder what Shira's game plan is. She's gonna slowly build a new effigy, looks like, and then probably vacate the premises immediately. Is my guess. Getting advanced metal extractors online again is incredible. I can't believe it. You're very out of metal here, though. Mallard gonna get set upon by the Tyrannus here. Very unfortunate. None of his units can really shoot up. He just doesn't have any anti-air. This is going to turn into a showdown between Hank and Dusk. Hank very quickly going to learn what Dusk has been up to as he moves in closer to engage here. Actually, looking to move down and find Shira. No. Change his mind. Gonna immediately find out about these and hopefully respond appropriately. Nowhere near enough anti-air in here. Now these Archangels do okay at single target damage, but he didn't have nearly enough of them. Flak trucks from vehicles would be better, but they're so short range, I don't think they'd be able to hit it in time. I think they would just die. Thor tanks, plenty strong enough here to start breaking down this front line if they could get in range, and Epic Mosquitoes here gonna prevent a lot of that. What is Hank's response to this gonna be? It needs to be an absolute metric ton of anti-air, or better yet, fighter spam. Honestly, any and all forms of fighter spam here. Where's Conman when you need him? Conman turning in Dusk's own tactics on him in the last match of yesterday's set, when their points system was happening. Mosquitoes looking for Shira. That Mosquito's gonna get shot down at last. What can Dusk see here? Gonna start to see some signatures. Hank also gonna start to see some signatures. Shields just shrugging off a lot of this damage for now. Build power's gonna get popped though. Does he have enough? Shut down the Mosquitoes. All the Mercury turrets are reloading. Mallard Dies to the Tyrannus here. He did not react quickly, I think. Quickly enough to stop these. Should have known, really, that this was coming. I mean, this is all Dusk has done. Both in yesterday's sets and looks like he's going for it again today. For the love of God, somebody punish Dusk for going air. Please. Somebody, anybody. Rat Tank's gonna open fire here. These do okay damage, believe it or not, against these Tyrannus because they're so big. Lots of the shots hit. Tier 1 anti-air trying to do what it can, where it can. Ain't gonna take an absolute beating here, but these shields are, for now, slowing the progress down. No, man, there they go. That's gonna be all she wrote. Yeah. This is a good idea, but if it gets discovered, Hank's commander making a run for it. Epic Mosquito is going to be more than enough to finish the job here. Firing what looks like the Recluse missile projectiles, actually. Some Rat Tank's going to slowly move into place here, and actually, these going undetected means that they might stand a chance, except this is a problem. Now, there's notably, and then very importantly, no Epic Tyrannuses here to stem this tide, and they are too slow to stop them once they get there. These 3 tanks actually could do a lot. Shira absolutely pressed into a corner here, praying for her life. Somehow still alive. Hank on in full retreat mode. Please, in the next match, somebody punish Dusk for going air first every single time. I need it to happen. 4 viewers out here in the stream chat, thank you so much for turning up. Remnants of Hank's base being absolutely shredded here, but importantly, he's got radar jamming bots. Oh man. Ah, Hank needed to keep these at range and micro the hell out of them so that they could be aimed at the correct targets. One of them still with a ton of health here. One of them dead, another soon to die. Catapult spam of all things. Doing decently well. If only these Rat Tanks had been microed to shoot at them, the catapults would have absolutely melted in a matter of seconds. Shira could... There's, very importantly, no Bastion defenses here. If Shira has the foresight to check, and only if, she could walk over here and try to do something with it. Now, does the Armada commander kill a Legion commander? I don't think so, especially not with this much fire support. But maybe she could be at least be annoying, right? This though, this is trouble. That's trouble. Now, unfortunately, because of the clumped up nature of these, when one of them goes, the rest of them are going to take a bunch of damage and making them easier to kill. And when the second one goes, the remaining 5 will all die in the chain reaction. So this is going to be kind of a one-trick pony here. Not going to be enough to get the kill, but it is certainly going to be hilarious. I would love to know Dusk's reaction. We'll have to ask him after this match is done what he felt in this moment. Let's check the player view here. Let's see. I want to know. Ooh, wow. The last dregs of Hank's forces here, doing as much as they can. There's a single rat tank out there that could actually do significant damage. It would be crucial if it can take out these epic mosquitoes, but it looks like it's not going to quite manage it. Should return and at least kill the catapult. Oh boy! There they are! There they go! First one eating the brunt of the damage. Gonna blow up and wipe this front line clean! Turn off our player view here. Low health for the rest of these. Like I said, one trick pony for sure, but hilarious at the very least. Absolutely wiped this side of the front line completely swept. Oh! There goes the chain reaction, but it's going to kill everything within this box pretty much. That's tragic. If those had been staggered a little bit behind each other, so as to not chain react so badly, might could have done a lot more damage. I'm not sure. Dusk panicked for a moment, retreated, and actually that would have been hilarious, because if Shira had stayed near his base and seen that, she might could have killed him. Thanks to the stun ability. Hank running for dear life. Gonna respawn all the way over here. Question is, does he... Oh, he's stunned. He has nothing to heal him. And I don't think as Armada you get... No, Shira's able to... he's going to control K out. I think he eventually, the stun wears off and he heals automatically, but I don't remember. No, Shiro was able to move immediately. For some reason. Hank, gonna call it quits though. Alright, let's rejoin these players and see what they had to say. Oh man, what a first match. That was fun.
Yeah, I know I got some damn points.
Hank, you weren't playing for points.
Oh fuck, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, you would have. Yeah, you definitely would have.
Shira won that, bro.
Shira did win that. I noticed we are missing some players. Everybody's still no.
Invoice. Just giving my dog water and food.
Who are we missing here?
I think I might have upset someone.
I'm gonna mute Dusk. He's got a lot going on in the background.
That's fair.
Just lowered his volume for me, just for the sake of the stream. Where's
I'm also gonna mute Dusk. Oh, did you serve me then?
we're missing two players. Missing Mallard.
Oh, he muted himself.
I think just Mallard. Did Mallard withdraw?
I think he said so.
Okay.
He's not in the votes anymore.
That's unfortunate, but he wasn't playing for points, and Flatjack was our 7th player who is unable to participate, so this is actually fine to still play with 5. We have 3 people playing for points, and Dusk and Hank having their rematch for for yesterday, so that actually works out quite well. Let's see. Also, for the love of God, will one of you punish Dusk for going air first every single match?
Can't. I'm too bad at the game, Loku.
Please, somebody build anti-air.
Yeah.
I did. Sadly, I got rolled in by.
Attacked by air.
God, he did that all 3 matches yesterday. He only finally paid for it when Con Man gave him a taste of his own medicine, like to a T. It was kind of funny. All right, so points read out. We have 2 points Shira for first blood, a point for Dragon for 3rd place, bonus point to Shira for use of the minefield. Lightfall 2 points for 2nd, and a Shira point for Lightfall's kill, and 3 points for 1st. So we have a point for Dragon, 2 points for Lightfall, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points opener for Shira. Jesus Christ, Shira.
Oh shit! And there's still 3 rounds. There's still 2 more rounds.
There's still 2 rounds to go. That's monstrous. Actually, that's hilarious.
Obstacle.
Flatjack, we're just gonna have you. We're just gonna have you sit out. We're just gonna play with 5. We'll play some after this. Yeah, it's gonna take too long.
Maybe after the tournament, if I don't have to go to bed.
Sure. All right.
Down to play after the tournament too.
Yeah, we can. Yesterday after the tournament, we played a bunch of we played at least 2 or 3 more after the tournament was over.
Oh, he would have messaged me. I would have joined.
So what? Let's go through some map options here. For you guys. We got 5 players, so let's look at our 5-player maps first. So we have 5 players maps. We have this map, all Navy.
Oh, ew.
We have Pentos, classic, got played yesterday.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I know this is what Hank wants. We have the Black Star, which is basically an inverted Pentos, I guess you could call it. So it's all land with only a little bit of water.
That's kind of cute.
We have Hot Stepper, which is just very little mass, small map. They're not gonna get to late game on this one. This would be dirty, brutal. And I think there's one good metal extractor in the center to fight over, but I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly the details. Those are all the 5-player maps. Any FFA maps we want to do are going to be larger than this. We step it up.
That first one.
Like that first one? You mean this one?
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any other votes? Any other votes for the God of War remake map?
Sure, why not?
That's 2. We would need
Pentos. Me and Hank vote Pentos.
Well, one of those other maps look okay. Also,
Mallard's back. Is Mallard here?
Yeah.
Oh! I thought you left. We were totally getting ready to play without you. Sorry, I thought you were gone. All right. Sorry for that. We gonna not play Pentos. We're gonna go find 6-player maps now. Apologies for the confusion. Sorry, Mallard. I thought you because you had mentioned you weren't sure what much time you had.
No
problem. Okay. So 6-player FFA maps. Let's look at. We've got Sphagnum Bog.
I'm a fan of bugs.
This is a 16 by 16. So it's a little bit smaller than Pentos. This is going to be a close-up, dirty. There's this map. Hold on. It says this is a free-for-all map, but I don't buy it. This is rated for 6 players as an FFA. It looks deceptively small. This is actually a 20 by 16, so it's in between Pentos and that other map I just showed you, Sphagnum Bog. We've got. Let's see what else. Wow, pretty limited options for 6-player free for all, huh? All right, we'll step it up a little bit. Here we go.
Oh, that looks cool.
20 by 20, cool. Same size as Pentos, and it's an asteroid. I don't know what that means, actually, it being an asteroid map. Maybe it means no air. I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue. But it looks cool. It looks cool. This is technically an 8-player, but I think it would work. This is a high metal, high risk map, 20 by 20, same size as Pentos.
Oh god!
Oh wow!
That would be. That's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be a crazy fight. Do we have any votes for this one before we move on?
No.
I mean, I'm down for it.
Maybe as the last map.
All right, we'll revisit this. We'll revisit this one then. This is a team FFA. That one's not gonna work. Let's sort by free. Ooh. This is a 30 by 30 free-for-all naval map with shallow water in the center, I believe.
Fun.
Votes for this?
I vote for
Yes.
That's 2.
it. I like Navy.
Any additional votes for Serene Caldera? We need at least 3.
Silence is deafening.
All right, Shira, yes or no?
Not as fog.
No.
No. All right, Lightfall, yes or no?
Yes.
It's 1 for yes, 1 for no. Dusk, yes or no?
Why?
Oh, Dusk is loading. We'll come back to him. Dragon Lord, yes or no?
Yes, please.
2 for yes, 1 for no. Mallard, yes or no?
No.
No. 2 and 2. Hank, yes or no?
Those are
No? All right. Dusk.
Nah.
Yes.
Oh, fuck. It's a 3 and 3. All right. 3 and 3 means that it goes to a coin flip. Give me a second.
I really hope we don't get
Did Dusk
this
even
close.
see the map?
I don't know, but it's his vote, so you know.
3 on 3 is
That's
fuck
fine.
you.
All right.
Loku
3
decide.
3 and 3. Loku decides with the coin flip. Heads, we play Serene Caldera. Tails, we do not play Serene Caldera.
I want to do something different. This looks different.
It landed on Tails.
No.
Skip.
Nice.
Boo.
All
Hey,
right.
That Spagna, whatever that first map, that green map, that
Spagna
looked
went hard.
okay for the
You,
six
you
man.
guys,
Hard.
let's. All right, let's
The
go.
Asteroid one looked cool.
Swamps.
Go look at our swamp here. We're going back to the bog. Shira, yes or no?
Yeah, it has my heart.
All right. Lightfall, yes or no?
Sure one.
Dusk, yes or no? Silence. Dragon Lord, yes or no?
Yep.
Yes.
Dusk
And
is-
Dusk voted yes. That's 4 for yes. We're playing on the bog.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. You guys go ahead and start the match. I will disconnect. No worries, Dusk. Thank you. I'm going to disconnect and get ready to cast. Good luck to our players. Keep in mind your points when picking your targets. Keep in mind that Mallard, Dusk, and Hank will not attack you, points players, unless you attack them first. All right. Good luck. Okay. Gonna go play on the bog. We got 5 viewers out here in the stream. Welcome to the Loku YouTube channel. Feel free to join the Wolfwind Discord in the description if you want to play strategy games and occasionally other random games like Lethal Company and other such nonsense that we get up to in the Discord voice chats. Okay. We're gonna monitor spawns here real quick just to make sure everybody spawns fairly. I'm guessing 3 and 3 or 3 and 3. We'll see.
Battle started.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. This is fine. Dusk and Hank being right next to each other is wild. Alright, let's look at this. Okay. Mallard is the red Cortex. Over here on the right. Looks like he's gonna go into Eco first. Probably. I'm hoping map like this. Lots, right? Surely. No, it's so flat. Vehicles. I would say vehicles is my preferred option here. Dragon Lord gonna go air first. Beautiful. Is he gonna try? Shira going for hovercraft is interesting. Also interesting. Mallard here is not playing for points. Not a viable target for the start of the match. Lightfall all the way on the other side of the map, spawning as our pink Cortex and going for early eco. Let's clarify real quick. We'll see if anybody chooses to fight over mid. Lightfall also going to go into hovercraft here for all of the water scattered around. We'll see if this works. I really feel like vehicles is actually the better option here despite the water. Just control the choke points. Have some backline defenses ready just to be cognizant of the threat. So you're going to go into the hovercraft here along with the Lightfall. Air first for Dragonlord. These guys better build radars. We'll see if Sheer gets targeted by Dragonlord and Lightfall here, because she's definitely in a huge points lead here. So we will see what happens. Dusk and Hank, meanwhile, going to be locked in an eternal power struggle, I think. Dusk also going hovercraft, didn't go for the air rush. Probably because I said, for the love of God, somebody punished Dusk for going air. So of course he's going to change his strategy up. We'll see if anybody scouts that. Hank going to establish some early defenses here as our Blue Armada player. Going bots. I think the only person to do so. Yeah, Mallard going air first as well. We have 2 air, 3 hovercraft, 1 bots, and no vehicles. Man, did I guess wrong? I really thought vehicles would be the play here, because this water is shallow, right? So there should be, you just drive over it with some difficulty. We'll see how this plays out for all of our players, though. Mallard going to go take an early geothermal. Now, this geothermal can be attacked by Dragonlord without consequence, because it's not part of his main island. But will he? Don't think that he will. Lightfall building some early anti-air. Very good. Except Dusk is way ahead of all of you. He didn't go air. Knew that there would be a reaction after last match and yesterday's matches to the air rush. Hank, not worried, not stressing. Slowly gonna get some build power up. Got a little bit of energy, but not enough energy. Needs to get a little. There we go. Get more solar panels going. Established his frontline defenses. Let's check on the early game economies for all of these players. We have Dragonlord at +8 metal, 150 energy. Lightfall at +8 to 9. 120 energy. Stalling power, so his metal extractors are falling off, but I would guess about 8. Big Hang at +10, +170. Mallard at +8, +110. Dusk at +10, +270. Shira at +10, +210. Wow, Shira and Dusk pretty neck and neck in terms of economy here. Shira trying to get her scaling up. Actually not worried about taking this extraneous mass for right now, but she should really start. Go take these metal extractors. They are free. Dragonlord is next to you, but if you build a radar, you'll see that he doesn't have anything ready to attack you with. Perhaps he's just, for now, focused on staying small. Maybe she doesn't want to appear threatening. Wonder. We'll see how this plays out for her. I think she should do a little bit better about expanding. Dragonlord should as well. Also hasn't taken his 2 extra mass. Mallard hasn't taken his 2 extra mass. Lightfall has taken all of his. Hank and Dusk both have all of theirs. So these bottom 3 players, not expanding. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Also, somebody send a constructor to these middle islands. They are free. Free, 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 free. Go take them. Extra metal. You have hovercraft. Build it. It needs to run for a little while to pay for itself. Metal extractor costing 50 metal. That's at 50 metal second, right? I think it's per second. We'll say per second. 50 metal per second. Excuse me, 50 metal cost and making 2.3 metal per second just means that this extractor only needs to be up for less than 30 seconds in order to pay for itself, and then everything after that making profit. So sending out for these tier 1 metal extractors in the early game, super duper, absolutely mega worth it. Absolutely somebody should be capitalizing on this. I can't believe nobody is. Mallard, the only one to take a geothermal. Guys, what are we seeing? None of these players ready or willing to expand. After the way she scaled in the last game, I wondered if perhaps we would see her go aggressive again in this game, but it looks like she is just going to stick in her base for now. Lightfall, out of our point scoring players, is probably in the best position. Hank and Dusk already waging war on each other. Do they know that it's each other they're attacking? Yes. Yes, they do. Hank gonna ignore it for now, it appears. His commander in the back line. AFK, what's he doing, I wonder? Built a single pawn. Oh, he's working on it. Okay, so he's gonna get ready to go on the offensive. Now, this Pardea shotgun hover tank, this thing is a menace. Actually, a kind of a monster. Very terrifying to deal with. However, enough spam can deal with it, and they're also very expensive. Pawns here, plenty capable if they spread out and get in around it, start getting that flanking damage. Minimal defenses here for Hank. Hank gonna be forced to bring his commander to bear here, I think, against these forces, but it's an Armada commander. And he has stun. I think he will be okay. Shotgun tank gonna start tearing into these pawns, but the surround's gonna come in. And it's gonna be sufficient to shut this down, I think. Certainly enough to shut down the missile launchers causing problems. There goes the hover tank, and now there's an easy 730 metal just hanging out on the front line here. Waiting and begging to be reclaimed. That's gonna be forced to engage with the Legion commander here as Hank gets a run-by off. Attacking metal extractors. One pawn gets into the back line. Gonna shut off some energy production. The metal extractor's going down. Wind turbine's going down. Feel that metal extractor. It's so low. I'm gonna go for the solar corrector. That's okay. Oh, the stun out of this. Oh, man. Hank being absolutely devastating with his use of the pawns here. Finally going to get shut down by the shotgun hover tank. Dusk paid for that assault dearly. Paid for it dearly. Hank came out with relatively minimal losses there. And Hank, or no, excuse me, Dusk, finally going to be the one who expands here, though. No justification for the war here, as the geothermals are fair game. This bomber... No, that's a fighter, okay. If bombs are dropped into the main base, though... No bombs being dropped here. Plenty able to defend. Here we go. I won't say. I don't think we need to worry about it. Looks like they're going to relax a little bit. Dusk going to be the one who finally moves in and expands here, though. At long last. I'm glad somebody's doing it. Scouts coming out here from Mallard, looking to establish where people are. He's going to see Dusk and Hank, his two starting opponents, until somebody else attacks. Dragon Lord, building anti-air here. No real ground defenses, it's worth noting. What does Shira have? Nothing. Nothing at all, actually. She's working on it, though. She's getting some hover tanks up. These crocodile hover tanks are not very good, but they're pretty spammable. And they're plenty enough to do a run-by here. Especially if you mix in a couple of these anti-air. Shut down the aircraft here. Barrett's coming up. Dragon Lord and Shira being next to each other is something. We'll see if anybody gets a kill out of this. Lightfall going to be left alone. It's going to be the first one to step into Tier 2. It looks like all these other guys who went hover tanks going to struggle. Hank at war with Dusk. Now, don't forget, Lightfall can 100% just attack Dusk if he wants to. 110%. If he thinks he's got the forces to finish the job. Dusk's commander, very low here. Looks like that must have been another run-by of pawns. Yeah, there was, right here. Huge force here. Dusk's going to retreat with his Legion commander out of his main base and into the mid. Now this does beg the question. Do we declare that this is still Dusk's main base? I think we do. His production is still here. And it's not like I can declare it anyway, because it'll immediately tell Hank that Dusk is gone. No, we cannot disable air units for Dusk. It is not Dusk's fault that nobody builds enough anti-air or scouts that he's going hard into air again, and he didn't build air this time. Simply have to learn how to counter opponent's strategies. Lightfall unopposed into Tech 2 here. Does he capitalize on it? Nobody else has stepped into it. Now the tier 1 hovercraft here can build the advanced vehicle plant. So that is something. Perhaps I'll put out a public service. You're going to step into tier 1 aircraft here, choosing not to step into any sort of tier 2. Dragon Lord going to go fight over this geothermal. Right. Lightfall unopposed at tier 2 here. You're preoccupied a little bit. War going to be waged over this geothermal, but the anti-air turret's going to get up over here. Mallard now not really going to be able to take that out without significant investment into something other than air. Or gunships. Could do it with gunships. This is only 1 nettle. Geothermal is worth defending if I were you. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put up the Ferret pop-up anti-missile battery. Going to do pretty good work. Man, none of these players expanding. Hank finally taking the southern island. Dusk has relocated a little bit. Living in a new home. He's moved cities. Neither Shira nor Lightfall taking advantage of all this mass sitting here, begging to be claimed. Lightfall with no military forces whatsoever couldn't even stop Shira from doing it, and vice versa. Shira, not really much in the way of military either. Got some good defenses, scaling, but no units. Any sort of actual military threat here. For example, these Stormbringers, sure, there's some anti-air here. All it would take, go around the back. Bomb through here. Bomb line through here. Takes out these converters, shuts down the energy. Kill some anti-air. Probably not going to kill a commander with it, but you could cripple her. Dragon Lord needs to be looking at the correct opponent here. I would almost argue it's worth forfeiting this geothermal if Mallard really wants it so badly. Take this one instead and murder Shira. Like, what really stops you? Bomb's gonna get trapped over here. More air coming out. Gonna force an anti-air response, I imagine. These rocket bots could be doing absolute work in the back line. Position here. Even if the bombers get on top of them eventually, there's gonna be plenty of damage to be had. Even the Banshees getting on top of them wouldn't shut them down quick enough for it to be considered efficient. They do some real damage. Lightfall gonna be the one who finally steps in to claim these blasted mass extractors that I've been staring at for absolute ages now. I'd be curious to ask Shira at the end of the match why she didn't expand. Dragonlord I can kind of understand. He's a little bit sandwiched. Shira, though, nobody took any of this mass for pretty much the whole game, and what's going to eventually happen here is Lightfall is going to become untouchable. Untouchable for all intents and purposes. Let's check on the eco for our players here as Hank scales up a massive Tier 1 pawn army. We have Lightfall at plus 53, plus 940. Shira at plus 28, plus 1700. Hank at plus 32, plus 820. Dragon at plus 23, plus 780. Dusk at plus 17, plus 670. Mallard at plus 15, plus 250. Mallard needs to solve his energy. Dragonlord needs to find a way to scale or escape. Shira needs to expand. And she needs to build converters. He's forgetting converters. All this energy sitting here absolutely going to waste is truly, really a shame. Desperately. Roundy's out here rooting for Lightfall. There we go. Got somebody out here to root for somebody. Lightfall doing very well in this round. Not so great in the first one, but in this round he is doing very, very good for himself. Slowly taking more resources. Took him a long time to finally expand. But now that he's doing it and has stepped up to Tier 2 unopposed from either of his two opponents in the form of Shiro or Dragonlord, with Dusk and Hank busy with each other and not able to attack first against Lightfall, Fall's pretty well reasoned to win from this position here if he's not, as long as he's not making any careless mistakes. Shira finally building some converters. There we go. Gonna finally levy some of this mass. Still behind by a solid 25 mass per tick compared to Lightfall here, though. Lightfall, however, unconcerned. Building a wall. Building a wall and making his opponents pay for it. Dusk reclaiming his remnants. Has fully relocated to a new land with a new life and has specced into air. Here we go. Said, man, these hovercraft aren't working worth the shit. I know what to do. I'll build air. Oh, God. Gauntlet gonna slowly siege down this geothermal position. Does Dragonlord decide to declare war over it? Good. He absolutely could. And Dragonlord would get 3 points for this kill. Or excuse me, 2 points for this kill. First blood. Although, honestly, I would be tempted to give him a bonus point for it if he went for it, simply because nobody else has attempted an early kill on one of the non-scoring players. Nuclear bomber here. Gonna not drop a bomb. Wow. That's disappointing. Gonna skip. Dead across the ground and explode. Set a tree on fire and vanish. That is unfortunate. Lich Atomic Bomber has a devastating attack if it just can drop the bomb. Could also, alternatively, fly around the bottom here. Boom! Into the back line. Kill a ton of stuff. Devastating level 3 Cortex Commander going to be online now for these evolving comms. We'll see what that garners us. Hank slowly stepping into tier 2 at last now. Starting to catch up a little bit to Lightfall. Tier 2 Air coming out. An abductor. Why abductor? Transport. Perhaps just using it to scout for now. The health that it has. Okay. I'm beyond curious as to what's happening for this. What is the plan here? I have no idea what the abductors was for. Was she trying to steal something in an attempt to get the bonus point? Because that would be funny if she managed. I don't know if she knows how to use the transports. You have to click the load button and then click on the thing you want to steal. Oh, shit! Oh boy, big hits coming out here. Dragon Lord. Gonna take some damage. Mallard, gonna take some damage. If I were Mallard, I would shove this Cortex Commander down Dragon Lord's throat. I'm in his position, I'm marching, I'm cloaking this commander, and I'm marching it into his front line. No land forces here at all for Dragon Lord. Cortex Commander sweeps away this Armada Commander handily. We'll see what he does, though. Does he recognize the strength of his commander here? We'll see. Level 4 Cortex Commander could delete this base. There's no defenses and no land units. Would need at least like a pawn wave or something to stop this, but just these gunships is not going to cut it. Bombers do not do enough damage to the shield to even really matter. Hopefully Mallard realizes he can do some significant damage here. We'll see. What is Shira getting up to? Shira's actually scaling up. Slowly, but still no tier 2. There we go. Tier 2 aircraft constructor is out. But not upgrading her extractors. Upgrade your mass extractors, people. Upgrade your mass extractors. Meanwhile, Lightfall is just living his best life. Having an absolute field day. He has built a wall. He will make his opponents pay for it. He's slowly getting up epic bulwarks, which reach deep into Dusk's base here. Now, technically, this would qualify as an attack if it fires, but Dusk's main base is no longer there. Dusk up to his old shenanigans again, and is, as usual, getting away with it for almost free. You should target the energy converters here, though. That kill for free. Hank gonna evaporate what's left of Dusk's main base. Cacophony's gonna try to stem the tide here. The Legion Commander itself gonna be crucial for stopping this run by. Man, that could have been bad. Tusks. Ooh, God, I don't want to say anything, just because I'll tell the others that he might be weak. But Hank knows. Hank knows where his main base is at. Lightfall doesn't seem to care, so I guess it doesn't matter. Continuing Cold War between these three players in the South, though. I wonder at what point Lightfall just realizes he's won and decides to start killing people. I think he could pretty handily kill everybody, including Hank. I think he could pretty much just, if he stopped building defenses, started building tier 2 units with a little bit of anti-air mixed in, like one Tsar tank just vaporizes this entire base. Vaporizes another second Tsar tank, gone. Third Tsar tank, probably could almost kill Hank. He's Armada, so not quite. You would need a little bit of backup. But yeah, no. Like, Lightfall could at any point just win if he chooses to. But he's got to choose to. And that's the thing. Does Lightfall recognize? He may think he's behind. He's turtling. He doesn't want to take any chances. This is going to be a drawn-out fight, I think. Yes, Roundy, there are rules in place to prevent people from watching the stream. They're not supposed to be watching the YouTube stream. There's also, Flatjack is correct, there's also a 2 or 3 minute delay, just to make sure that any live details are not being revealed. Anything I say or do in the stream is not going to show up to the viewers until long after the fact. To the point that it almost wouldn't matter anymore. I'm really curious as to the hesitancy of especially Lightfall to attack here, but also Shira. No land forces, no defenses, plenty of anti-air, nothing to stop a ground assault. Has not expanded out of her little corner. There's plenty of land here just not being used. No military to speak of, plenty of anti-air, not taking any risks against Dusk, but Dusk isn't your only opponent. Dragon Lord in a bit of a rough position here. See if he manages to do anything with it. Yeah, these tier 1 bombers are not going to cut it anymore. Mallard, justification to attack here should be killing him. Another assault coming in, but Dusk more than prepared for it. Dusk, unknowingly, is directly next to Hank. If Hank uncloaks or even a second, Dusk kills him. Somebody put a stop to this madman and his aircraft shenanigans. Dusk actually probably couldn't kill Hank's commander here with all of these mosquitoes, simply because Hank is the Armada Com. The Armada Com has an hit scan stun weapon that would shred small units like this, so he could probably actually just kill all this. You could also, while cloaks, just move around, unload a D gun, and kill a bunch of them for free. Dragon Lord. In some trouble here, I think. Needs to expand into mid, honestly. Bomber wave gonna sweep across the base here. This is gonna be a bad day. No, they're not. None of them are gonna drop their bombs. Oh, man. Oh, the falling corpses get it anyway. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Dragonlord was cornered, sure, but could have expanded into middle here. I think that might have been a better play. That's gonna touch Mallard here a little bit. Hank trying again, but not mixing in any tier 2 of real value here. He needs to... This tier 1 is just not going to cut it anymore. He needs to recognize that. He needs to recognize it fast, I'm afraid. That being said, he did get some damage in here. Killed a lot of Dusk's forces and scratched up the surface of that commander a little bit. Roughed his paint job up, for sure. Dusk and Hank in an epic shootout. Hank gonna respawn back at home, where he will be healed up and be able to move back into battle. Hank's commander gonna be able to move out here. If I were Hank, I'd be sending these forces at Dusk's exposed commander. I should recognize Dusk hasn't made it back to his main base yet and should try to cut him off. Nukes being launched. Who launched that? I didn't actually see. Here has a nuke of her own being built. Has an anti-nuke up that stopped the nuke from Lightfall. Okay, things are getting spicy. Lightfall at plus 95 metal. Sheer at plus 58. Dusk at plus 29. Mallard at plus 30. Hank at plus 64. Dragon at plus 29. Dragon is still in this, honestly. Kind of surprised, but he's not being pressed as hard as he probably should be. Lightfall slowly loading that nuke and getting up to experimentals. It is going to take him an absolute age while he's still building this epic bulwark. But eventually, something will happen somewhere. These guys are killing me. Dusk's back up to spamming air of Tier 1 and Tier 2 variety, building advanced metal extractors out and about just freely with his commander, ripe for the snipe from anybody. Anybody scouting ever could just kill him. And they're not going to do it. Dear God. 6 viewers out here watching the stream. Welcome to the channel. Shields and more converters coming up for Shira, but she has still not upgraded her metal extractors to Tier 2. It's killing me. I gotta say, I think I'm gonna give a bonus point to Dragonlord here. He has been holding out against all odds against just this relentless siege from Mallard after failing to kill, additionally being harassed by long-range anti-air from Shira the entire time, shutting down his forces pretty consistently. He's not exactly doing any damage, but God, he is alive, and he hasn't given up. We're going to give a bonus point to Dragonlord for holding out as long as he has. Against just relentless pressure here, and I feel bad because it seems like he doesn't quite know what to do, and I don't blame him. This is a rough situation to be in. Dusk moving for the kill at last on Hank. But Hank said he ready. Hank says he's ready. He's got forces waiting for you. Gonna push him away. Yeah, Hank, that's gonna be forced to retreat here from Hank's base. Hank, believe it or not, still has a superior economy compared to Dusk, I believe. Not by much, but he's got it. And he's working on maintaining it. Dusk very, very compressed. Managed to get an anti-nuke, but there's no nuke loaded, and there's no missile loaded. If Lightfall nukes Dusk, or if Shira nukes Dusk, man. See if these two nuclear armed players here were to nuke Dusk's main base. Hank forgetting about the D-gun protection on commanders. Uh-oh. But pretty gnarly damage gonna come out of here anyway. It may not matter. Oh man. Hank got him. Needs to deal with this. Send something. Send something to deal with it. The commander could have just pressed in there. Oh no. Did he rebuild it? He did. Send your units, Hank. Hank, send your units. Hank, your unit. Ah. Hank could have totally killed Dusk there. No. Oh, man. I thought Hank had him for sure. Had more eco and everything. Dang, that is rough. That is super rough. No points players have died, but Hank's down, and now Dusk gets to expand for unless one of these other players attacks him. Dusk and Dragonlord about to become neighbors. Dragonlord is an Armada level 5 commander. He, with the missile backpack, he could step forward. Oh my god! Oh man, I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm not even gonna say anything because Shear's looking for it. Shear's looking for the kill. Looking to steal it. Doesn't know where he's at though. Gonna find him there. Oh my god. Almost got it. One more pass. Oh! And he respawns. And he respawns. Does she go for the kill steal? Oh! Oh! Oh my god! What? Lightfall handing Shira first blood for the points players with the nuke from nowhere, stealing the kill. Wow! 2 points Shira for first blood. Point Dragon. Third. You're guaranteed to get second place now at a minimum. Dusk fighting Mallard over this expansion. These two are still allowed to kill each other, keep in mind. And Dusk knows it, and he's going to go in. Does he have an effigy? He doesn't. I don't see an effigy. Dusk, buddy, you're forgetting something. If Dusk dies in combat against this commander, it's not impossible. This is a Cortex commander. Mallard needs to press Dusk like crazy with his commander. Mallard can absolutely win this fight. Shira now going to go figure out the scale of her opponent, Lightfall. Going to realize, perhaps, how very behind she is. Let's check on economies for metal income. Lightfall at plus 148. Shira at 105 to 120. We'll call it 110, be in the middle. Dusk, 44. Mallard, 80. Mallard finally getting back into this game and is going to start managing to bring himself back into this. Does Dusk push his attack? I think it would be dumb. I think it is very silly of him, actually. Mallard needs to attack with his commander here. Mallard's commander can absolutely win this fight if he just uses it. He has to go use it, though. Don't run away. Fight him. Ooh, there's gunships up. Dusk could die here and not realize it. He may not know. Yes. Use the commander. Send the gunships. Send everything. Send everything. Send everything. Focus the commander. Ignore the small units. Focus the commander. There you go. Yes! 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 Oh! He respawns. He did have an effigy. I just didn't see it. But he kills the commander. Mallard has an opportunity here to regain some ground, and he's got 4,500 mass to reclaim here. Mallard's not out of this fight yet. If I were Mallard, I'm marching my commander all the way across the map. In Mallard's position, I would march all the way across the map here with my commander. That Cortex commander would destroy this entire base by himself. And Dusk would not even stand a chance. Very curious to see what Shira's game plan is here. She needs land units. She's not going to get this done with air. There is too much in the way for that. Now, having said that, actually, shit. I might be wrong. It's gonna build the Epic Commando, Global Sabotage, Paratrooper Bot. Wild stuff. Two nuke launchers up, pardon me. As well as 2 defenses. No defense on this side, though. Shira could drop the nuke there. Is that? Okay. It's a brick of Roughnecks. 5 nukes loaded in her launcher. You're gonna go look. Perhaps. Some kind. Gonna find Mallard and choose to go for it. Nuke gonna come out and wipe Mallard away. Shira, perhaps unaware as to the utter strength. Alright, we'll need a stand-in third player here. If we can get one. Or the points players, because we're going to be dropping somebody. Big props to Dragon Lord for playing, though. He absolutely stuck it out in a very rough fight here at the end. Engaging Mallard was a mistake, I think. Don't want to put that in the pub chat. Uh-oh. Yeah, here we go. Okay, we kind of got distracted here. Oh! Kill steal! Shearer gonna get a point for the Mallard kill. Lightfall and Shearer still alive. Dragon Lord. Hopefully feeling a little bit better about how he did in this match. I really think he did okay. Hopefully feeling a little bit better. I really think he did well here. I'm very happy to give him the bonus point for this holdout. Like, I mean, you want to think about it. I mean, this was a pretty... Oh my god. That's insane. There's no way she gets to build this, right? I mean, how long does Lightfall really wait? Too long. He waits too long. But his Behemoth builds faster than her Ragnarok. I think. 114 metal. 190 metal. See what happens. I'm curious to see. Oh no. When does Lightfall pull this trigger? He could do it now. There's nothing to stop him from just doing this. He could even just, like, crap out turrets in her base, and there'd be nothing she could do about it. I didn't even notice this. That's... Oh no, man. Lightfall has complete intel on She-Ra. Almost Importantly, though, he doesn't see this. Very importantly, he doesn't see that. That being said, Lightfall is a Cortex commander. If this comes down to a base trade situation where the artillery kills this and the behemoth kills this, because it will, I think Shira loses. Just because in a commander versus commander situation, the Vortex is gonna win that every single time. Oh god, Dusk is reviving the commander. Truthfully, Lightfall or Shira could actually kill Dusk. The Ragnarok is probably one of the only things strong enough to point blank just kill the commander. The behemoth walks. Ooh. This he doesn't need to wait. This ends the game. This kills Shira or Dusk. Who, no matter who he sends this at, that person dies. He's hitting the drones from your drone defense, not actually anything being damaged. I'm watching. We'll see if Dust chooses to act on that or not. I'm just waiting for the trigger to get pulled by one of these players. Oh my god, it's gonna finish. Does she have enough to fire it? She does. 15,000 energy per shot. She can fire it like a little. Someone's got to pull the trigger here. Just waiting. We're begging. Begging on somebody to fire. Lightfall has got to pull a trigger. Honestly, Lightfall just needs to go in at this point. For real. For real, Lightfall needs to just go win. Ooh. Nuke's going out. Going where, though? No anti-nuke being released. What's she hitting? Ah. Brutal. And she doesn't have any expansions. So Dusk can't really do anything about it. But he's also very free to just expand here. Oh my god! He's doing it again! Somebody stop him! Oh, Jesus. Alright, let's make an announcement. If no moves are made by our remaining points players, in the next 10 to 15 minutes, Dusk will be given the okay to start killing people. Just so that this doesn't take forever. It's already a 2-hour and 10-minute stream. Fight, 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 fight. I agree. For content. For content. I I feel kind of bad doing this, but also, yeah, yeah. Dragon Lord finally seeing the thing I've been waiting for all damn game. Lightfall, man, just end it. End it, homie. Do the do. Lightfall doesn't have enough anti-air to stop one of these. This is disgusting. He's gonna get away with it again. He's gonna get away with it again. For God's sake. Does Sheeran have enough anti-air to stop one? Hell no. When did I say that? 68 minutes. In 8 more minutes, if nothing has happened in the interest of war, Dusk gets the AOK to kill people. 8 minutes. Kill murder. Nukes are coming out. Out it goes. Oh. I mean, it's not an attack. That's funny. That's what? Why? I don't know why Shear's targeting Dusk here. Actually, I really don't. Dusk is not her opponent that she needs to kill. It's Lightfall. Lightfall's the one who gets her first place if she kills. Even if she loses to Dusk afterwards, that does not matter. Kill Lightfall. Any attempt on killing, if you kill Lightfall, you win. It's too late now, I think. Like, by a lot. I mean, look at the amount of crap coming up here. Oh my god, Lightfall, Jesus. At last, the Ragnarok fires on something in... I mean, not really important, but it's doing something. Lightfall not pulling the trigger here. I'm confused as to what we're waiting on. I mean, he's gonna get first at this point. There's no way he doesn't. Jared needs to point this into Lightfall's actual base and start shooting. Either that, or she needs to develop a plan to kill Dusk and get a point that way. Guarantee herself. I mean, she's guaranteed second anyway. God. I didn't write it in the rules, so I'm not allowed, but I want to give negative points to both of these players for just sitting here. Shira has not expanded. She's built no military. She built a single long-range arty weapon and a fighter cloud, and that's it. What is your game plan here? I really would like to know. Continuing to fire into blank space. Alright, neither of these people are doing anything. Dusk. Pull the trigger, buddy. Game on. He's gonna try to nuke Dusk. What? I'm so confused. Lightfall, what are you doing? Okay, open up the artillery at least. Dear God, I'm about to declare placements if Dusk can't kill him. Lightfall, just pull the trigger, man. You have plenty. You have 2 behemoths. Just go kill her. And I'm confused. She was so good about building like actual units in the first match. I'm not sure why she didn't do it until 76 minutes in for the second match. I'm so confused by that. Rip Shira. Yeah, Dragonlord's right. Rip Shira. I'm going to have to give these guys some help at the end of this, because this is just awful, and there's one more match to go. Definitely no bonus point for Shira on this one. Oh my God. Did he build an effigy? For his second. There's an effigy for that one. He has 1 effigy. I mean, if she manages to kill the commanders here, that'd be kind of legendary. I mean, it's not going to happen. Oh. Trigger got pulled at long last. High wind. Yeah, no. That's gonna be game. Second place for Shira. And she goes. Three points. Lightfall for first. Jesus. Oh, man. Now we get to watch Dusk siege this monstrosity. I actually kind of think he might die. Not gonna lie to you. Because the behemoth here just kills this, right? Like, as soon as it gets into a firing sequence, it turns and kills it. And... this. Oh, no, it's gonna get distracted. Wow, does the commanders get this? I wonder. I instantly killed one of them. Gonna immediately pop the second. Boop! Yeah. Yeah, that was brutal. At long last, our Lord and Savior Lightfall is going to pull the trigger here. Shiro really threw this game away, actually, I must say. She had every opportunity, but she stayed in this rectangle. Like, her whole base was contained right here. If she had at any point expanded to this much space and then utilized it, she could have won. Even if she didn't take more mass extractors, just holding this so that she could build real economy would have been plenty. See if Lightfall can kill Dusk here. Behemoths are just gonna absolutely sweep away everything. God. Brutal. They're getting stuck on each other. But it doesn't really matter. These guys are just gonna slowly clear the entire map. Dusk with some effigies. Eventually move out. EMP immune. The behemoths are EMP immune? Oh my god. Anti-nuke dies, nuke missile comes in and kills everything. Dusk going to forego that, say screw that. Gonna try to move in with the commanders here and kill the base. Not a bad idea, honestly. Oh, there goes the energy production. I'm gonna slow way down the production of this epic Tyrannus. Dusk officially has nothing. Yeah, it's just his calm. Zzz. And he's going to be met with a wall of laser. The Legion Commander gonna be trying to draw distraction fire here with the missile ability, but gonna find. Ooh, God, yeah. Brutal. The Cortex Commander gonna suffer a lot less. Not necessarily gonna thrive, but he's gonna suffer less. Scratching up the base here. Should pull these construction units off that, I think, and be healing the commanders. Dusk. Honestly, Dusk can still do this, which is the horrifying thing. He can 100% still do this if if he simply uses his commanders very, very efficiently here. For example, he comes around to this left side instead. Stealthily kill, walk in, boom, takes out this entire section, and then it's going to come down to a fight between commanders. And he's got 2. His 1, so theoretically, Dusk can very much still win this. He's just got to dodge all the experimentals, especially these. If these touch you, you're dead. Maybe finding himself on the receiving end of a demon. Experimental flamethrower mech. Gonna stand here in the flares though. Yeah, gonna get swept up pretty easily actually if he had moved it forward. Artillery rounds gonna start wiping this away. Dusk trying his best to stay alive here. Lightfall would get an extra point for the Dusk kill here. We are gonna implement some rules, I think, for the next match. Do we skip? Grey Dingo, what revamp mod is this? This is called Beyond All Reason. Welcome back, Knight. No, Flatjack, we do not skip the 3rd round, but for the next tournament, I will be implementing some new changes if we do another one. Just to prevent whatever this was. Admittedly, Dusk's commanders are fairly vetted here. Demons not actually going to be good enough here. The Cortex eye laser are going to be plenty to melt these down on the retreat. Yeah, more than enough. Oh goodness, I need a drink. What is Dust making on just his commanders? 63 metal on just the commanders is crazy. Can Lightfall see him? Not really, no. I mean, yes, because of the shield there. Oh, the Legion commander's gonna take some hits. Let's get under the shield a little bit. God, Cortex commander is crazy. These artillery emplacements are going to prove effective, though, at least until you get to, like, here. Once you start to get around here, I mean, you'll be dealing with these at that point, but the artillery, at the very least, will be hard-pressed to hit you. As a last resort. As a last resort, you could, nuke. Oh. There went the Legion commander. Cortex Commander under just so much fire. Yeah. Okay. Point Lightfall for... Point Lightfall for Dusk. Alright, let's go join the players real quick. Have a quick discussion. Guys. First of all, Shira, you waited 76 minutes to build something other than one Ragnarok and a fighter screen. You built no tier 2 economy. 0. Yeah. You stayed in a box the entire match. Next, Lightfall. You could have ended this match an hour ago and chose not to. You had decoy commanders, epic commandos, in Shira's base for 45 minutes. Next time, just kill her. For God's sake.
I think
the only person I'm proud of, right now is Dragon Lord. That's it. The only person that I'm proud. Dragon Lord held out in a 2v1 against Mallard and Shira for like an hour, and then finally died. Oh my God, Dusk, thank you for putting an end to our suffering. Jesus.
I could feel your agony the
entire time. It's too late for this tournament, but the next tournament there will be changes. There will be rules. Dragon Lord.
Mercy rules.
Here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're missing somebody. Is Mallard done? I'm assuming so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Mallard said that's it for him. That's fine. We got 5 people. No, Knight, you cannot join this last match. Please, God. So, we have all 3 points players still here, plus Hank and Dusk to duke it out. Pentos?
Pentos it is.
Pentos.
Not that ridiculous map.
Hey, I'm here, but I'm gonna be muted because I'm eating.
That's all right. We're just. Hank, I know you want to play Pentos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dusk, do you want to play Pentos? You might be busy. Lightfall, yes.
I am open for either Pentos or that ridiculous resource map.
Okay. Dragon Lord, yes or no? Pentos.
Sure.
All right, that's 3. So we're playing Pentos. Waited 75 minutes to put down a factory. I'm just saying.
Wait, so I could have literally just sworn.
Yes, Dragon Lord, you could have swept Shira at any point. If Dragon Lord, if you had built a vehicle factory, she would have died on the spot.
To be fair, I also had pretty much no.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Units. That's the other thing. Lightfall had nothing for like 35 minutes, and just nobody even scouted him to know. Had 0 because he hard scaled tier 2 from the beginning. So until he built epic bulwarks, he had no real defenses of note. Mallard at any point could have killed any of his 3 neighbors instantly with his Cortex Commander and didn't do it. Mallard had a level 5 Cortex Commander, could have wiped Dragon Lord, could have wiped Shira. Now, he wouldn't have been allowed to unless he got attacked first, but definitely could have killed Hank or Dusk at several points during the game if only he had known how to use his commander. Dragon Lord could have... Dragon Lord, Mallard had nothing to stop you from rushing him with tier 1 vehicles or bots, except his commander. That was it. That was the only thing.
I must confess.
And the one time I choose to do aircraft first, bro.
Yeah. Like, this is the only time most people were prepared for an air rush, and absolutely nobody was prepared for land. No one. Dusk had land defenses, but it was all tier 1 for most of the game.
Somewhere in the middle, I just got up and went to the...
Lightfall was playing AFK similar. He's out here playing Sim City in his base. Shira definitely could have beaten you if only she had used more than like 1/3 of her spawn island and didn't occupy 90% of that 1/3 with tier 1 solar panels. You know, you can reclaim the worthless ones to replace. Okay, just making sure. Oh my god, that was painful. I think for the next tournament, I'm gonna play as an obstacle, and if the match takes longer than an hour, I start killing people.
Good idea.
Oh god. Can I just... Oh, that's what we do. I can add a bonus to somebody. I'll have, like, Hank or Dusk or somebody play as just, like, an angry third party that isn't participating unless it crosses the 60-minute mark. And they'll have, like, a 3x resource bonus on, so they just get to start killing people at willy-nilly.
Or can you, like, add... raptors that only attack after 60 minutes?
I might could. That actually might be fun. Add in a raptor spawn, but it has like a fucking 90-minute timer on it or something. So like it'll have a little base, but it won't spawn any forces. And so if nothing happens after, you know, an hour, suddenly they just erupt at full tier 3 because they've sat there untouched. Like, okay, you're either killing each other or I'm watching you get overrun by Tyranids. Good luck.
That sounds fun, honestly.
I will consider options for the next tournament. There's no telling if the next tournament will be in bar anyway, so we'll see what happens.
Subcon.
It would be funny watching everyone just turtle and see who survives the longest against the Tyranids.
God. Gee, Lightfall, I wonder why that's what you want to do. I think I have an inkling, maybe, possibly. Also, Shira, why? That's the other thing. I'm so cute. You built the Ragnarok, you were able to fire it, and you fire it at Dusk, the person who can't touch you until you
Well, in VC, we were supposedly... I, like, 2 seconds before finishing it, because I didn't want to be interrupted, said, hey, let's just dick fight Dusk. And I didn't want to whip around on that and say, actually,
no, why? No, it's a tournament! It's a tournament!
Don't ask! I got really distracted.
You had
if you couldn't tell.
no shielding in his base for the longest time. If you had fired one round into Lightfall's base, you would have killed his entire economy.
Absolutely.
Would have killed everything. One round into his center mass of his base would have killed the nuke launchers, the converters, the fusion reactors, everything.
Yes. Details.
Loki hyped me up a little bit too much towards the end there, and he's like, Dusk can attack everybody, and I'm like, I've got one epic...
I only said that so that they would do something, because otherwise it was going to be another 40 fucking minutes of watching them sit here. Sheer refused to build tier 2 for 76 minutes.
I didn't see her.
Lightfall didn't leave his base. He built a Trump wall of lasers and
the
waited.
fact that I'm a little mad at myself because my guys went up there and reclaimed Hank's commander. I could have had 3 commanders.
That game. I think we need to forget that game and move on to
that was pain. Poor Dragonlord is the only person I'm proud of. He got the only bonus point for that entire match. If I was allowed in the rule set to take a point away from Lightfall and Shira, I would fucking do it. I would fucking do it. Disappointing.
I'm sorry. I only wanted to torment you.
I live to disappoint. I don't know why you expected anything else.
Oh my god. Alright.
Okay, let's get on with it. It's late.
Flatjack says, if those behemoths touch you, you are deemed an unnecessary object immediately. He's right. You built that first behemoth, and that one behemoth could have ended the game immediately. Instantaneously. All it would add...
Probably.
As soon as it made it to somebody's base, the base disappears. It's so slow, but it wouldn't have mattered. All right. Anyway, we are gonna play the third match on Pentos. Everybody, ready up.
No.
Last
I just
match
want to say this before we
we
start the last one. Me and Hank were having a bad to the bone fight there.
Oh yeah,
that was long.
Dusk and Hank had a knuckles out, drag out fight all the way start to finish, pretty much until Hank died. Hank could have killed you at any point if only he'd like built a little bit of tier 2.
I feel like that's the theme.
But I really did not expect to just nuke Dragon's entire base. Honestly, I did not expect that.
Yeah, no, I forgot to build anti-nukes. I'm sorry.
All right. Last one. Before we do, we want to tally points before we move into the last one?
Sure.
All right, let's look at points. So for the second round, let's see. Dragon Lord got a point for his holdout and a point for third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to Shira for first blood, the Mallard kill, and second place. Lightfall got 3 points for first, and a point for the Dusk kill.
Did I not get the dragon kill? The Dragon Lord kill?
She did.
Did she?
Wait, who got a point for the Dusk
My
kill?
commander was in a different
Lightfall.
place when I got nuked.
Let me recount. Let me make sure I didn't miss it.
Like I killed Mallard and I killed Dragon Lord just because
Yeah.
of the funny 2 whole crocodiles just mowed him down.
My commander couldn't move
because he
wouldn't do
respawned
anything.
right in front of them.
Spawned and it didn't
Point
do anything.
for the whole. 2 points for the first blood kill. You got that. That's their first blood kill was dragon. First, so you got 2 points for that because it was first blood. So you got 2 points for the dragon kill.
No, I got. Oh yeah, she got first blood, but I got the true first blood.
Yeah, she got first blood for the point
you
players,
absolutely
but you ganked Hank in the first like half hour.
Just
right.
hearing the explosions is fucking brilliant.
It was great. All right, let's play. This is the final match, so get your points if you're gonna get them. Hank and Dusk are gonna be fighting each other, but as soon as one of them dies, you know that the other one is gonna just be stacking and waiting for you.
That's horrifying.
So maybe don't take 87 minutes to kill each other this time. All right, G's.
Details.
Good luck on your final match, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect. Enjoy.
We should make it 2 hours.
Details.
I'll kill you.
Details, please.
All right. Everybody's here, waiting on Hank. This is gonna be our final match. I'm excited to see what the slightly nice symmetrical map. Some water shenanigans, some naval shenanigans. I swear to God, if Dusk gets away with where is he? Where's he at? Where's he at? Dusk. You go air first, man. Don't do it. Dusk. Pink. Legion. Gonna eco up. What factory? Come on. Tell me what factory. I'm gonna place it yet. We'll come back to him. Dragon Lord as the green, also Legion. Also gonna eco first. We'll have to come back to him to look at what factory he's gonna place down. Big Hank gonna go into bots as our red armada. Lightfall going air as Yellow Legion. God, Shira going bots first. Our blue Cortex. He's rallying. Dusk. First air. Dragon. Go. Bots. Jesus Christ. Do people remember to build their anti-air? It's gonna stay on. That's my bad. Evolving Calling not supposed to be on a map for this map because it's so close. Such close distance. Do people remember that Dusk exists and build anti-air? Let's find out. Lightfall not paying any attention. Alright, 4-1. Sorry, Hank. EvoCom stays on. You're, is gonna let this go to waste, but she does get the metal back that she put into it, slowly, as it decays. So it's not actually entirely wasted. God. Please, please, somebody, put a stop to this. Please. For the love of God. For the love of God. Hank, you're the only one who's going to be fighting him. Okay, alright. He's got at least enough in the early stages to stop a few gunships. We'll see. He's going to build more. We know he's going to build more. Like, obviously. Oh, shit! That's fast. 4.5 minutes, Shira deciding this time she's not gonna wait. 76 minutes to build anything. I'm proud. I'm gonna give Shira and Lightfall so much shit about that for the next little while. Oh my god. Flatjack, you can't be mad about him using air. If you don't want him using air, punish him. Nobody else survives because nobody else stops him. Nobody builds fighters. Nobody builds anti-air walls. Nobody rushes him. It's not Dusk's fault. So no, I'm not banning air just because people don't know how to fight air. You're just gonna have to practice and learn how to stop air. For the record, Dusk does not get air to work on me like that. Hardly ever. Unless I'm unprepared. And usually when I get caught out by that, it's because I didn't scout. He killed me with it yesterday after the tournament matches, because I didn't scout him. I knew he was going to do it, and I just didn't build anything to stop him. So, no, you just got to learn. Learn the game a little bit, figure out how it works. Shira, meanwhile, is going to very much decide to move in for some damage here. Needs to step away from the D-gun. Ooh. There we go. Lightfall's commander gonna respawn. Game's not over. Does what count? Lightfall dies immediately. Shira getting a kill. I'm not going to give a bonus point for that because, this is just standard. Single Thrasher does not count. Dusk, Dusk, Dusk is only upset. Dusk is only upset because he has air constructors. I know that's what it is. I know for a fact that's what it is. Don't go first air. See, this is what I mean. Don't go first air. It's just a bad idea. Scouts can shoot some of them, like Legion. Legion literally doesn't have an unarmed air scout. Not Dragon's fault. Jira, don't do this. Okay, Shira's gonna pull away. Dusk in here with constructors. Gonna expand for free. Shira. Oh goodness. Curious to see if anything comes of that. Does Dust decide to punish her for it or not? My deepest apologies if anybody heard that. You're gonna find Dragon Lord here making enemies across the board at the moment, and also is not expanding. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're gonna zoom out so we can see the map. I need 2 minutes. Shira making an absolute nuisance of herself here. We'll see if she manages to pull anything off with this. I'm curious. She shouldn't be able to get the kill with this, but she's definitely going to slow him down. Making the play for first place. Not expanding at all, though. Needs to be microing her economy in the backline. All of these units have died. She needs to start putting in some work here on our base. Wasting tons of resources here. And speaking of resources, why don't we check on the economies for our players right here. Dusk at plus 35 metal, 1100 energy. Hank at 39 and 1,000. Dragon at 13,580. Shira at 18 and 520. Hank and Dusk know the name of the game here. They've both sent instructors out and made a naval factory and have got some basic Navy stuff up and are now building economy buildings in the back lines, meaning that this is all exposed but unimportant. It's like Shira finally decided to put some of this stuff to use. She's got no converters, wasting energy. We'll see if she makes anything happen here. I don't feel like any bonus points have been earned quite yet, but we'll see what these players do. If Shira or our Dragon can make anything happen here, it would be exciting to see if they try something unique. Right, let's see. After that run by Dragon is not taking any chances. He's got a tier 1 patrol route set up so that these units can prevent any further shenanigans coming in from around behind his base. I would love to pretend that either of these two points-based players are going to get the win here, but what it looks like it's going to happen is Shira's probably on a time limit now. Dusk was allowed to expand for free. Shira got this kill. She should have expanded on it. Dusk is going to get this for free now, but if Shira had sent anything to hold this territory, she would have essentially doubled her mass income. But now she's going to find that it is very difficult to get in here. Ironically, the only thing it's vulnerable to is air. Speaking of air, did she build any anti of it? 1. You are dealing with a Dusk. Be careful. We'll see what she does, though. Dusk going into Tier 2 Legion construction, again being unpunished for his air. I will have to stream a video of me playing this game with these guys so that I can show you how to deal with this. Hank, woefully unaware and unprepared for the incoming storm of gunships in his main base. However, preparing marginally better in the back lines, or at least it looks like he intends to, setting up some nettles here. He's going to want to get that tier 2 flak as quickly as he can if possible. He should know by now that pawns against Dusk are not going to cut it. Well, you know what? I say that. But if he went in right now, and I mean right this second, if he took this entire group and went after Dusk right now, win. But he's got to go right now. He would need to shut down this entire main base with it so that he could focus on attacking water. Doubly so when you consider Dusk technically has double the mass income potential of Hank in terms of metal extractors due to the presence of this base that I believe no one else is aware of. What can Dusk see? What does he know? Nothing. He knows that someone died here from the explosion, and so he expanded. But as far as scouting information, he doesn't have it. Dusk also the only one to expand into the middle so far. Very curious. Duck. She's spamming ducks, and that's actually not a bad call. Ducks are very good. They have the ability to fire underwater. They're spammable once you get up to the appropriate economy. 34 metal per second, though. I don't know how to feel about that. Not taking any of these resources in the back line. Not expanding into middle. Dragon Lord, same thing. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Dragon Lord got a naval construction yard in a very awkward position, but an unexpected one. I like that. Now, did he do this intentionally as an out-of-the-way spot to put his naval construction? Or did he just do it because that's where he saw space for it, so that's where he put it? I don't know. But everyone almost inevitably puts it in the back of their bases on this map. The lone exception perhaps being top spot, which I think maybe would more want to put it here. Here. Back of base. So yeah, I tempted to give Dragon a point for that. We'll see. I'll have to think about stream chat. Is there anybody still in the chat? Shira sent them to dusk. Yeah, maybe. Anybody in the chat, does Dragon Lord deserve a point for this? I don't think he's done it intentionally as a creative strategy, but it works out as one anyways. Any land forces that come in from this direction are not going to see it. And any land forces that come in from this direction, from Dusk space, will see it, but if there's naval forces here, all these forces can fire into the shallow water. They'll find themselves facing more resistance. So it's unintentional, but it still works out to possibly be something cool if used correctly. Does he get the point for that? Not. I'm hoping that Shira will do something. She knows Dusk is allowed to attack her due to the run-by she did earlier, where she had talked to his commander and was moving into his main base. If his commander hadn't killed that Carcano, definitely would have killed some mass extractors. There was units down here that were firing. So we will see what happens there. If she sent ducks, all of this, right now, to the south, just to see if there is anything there, not only would she find stuff there, but she would find and kill Dusk. Believe it or not, Dusk would die. The evolving commander doesn't really get anything. Mark III torpedo launcher, yeah. So the Ducks would have enough, I think, here to overwhelm the Legion commander, even at tier 3, in the water, and kill it. And then, not only does it die, it's free reign to all his economy. Dusk could be absolutely crippled here just by killing this. This is 18, coming up on 20 metal a second. Soon to be 30, because there's 30. The only reason it's not 30 right now is because he's not making enough energy. But that's representing 30 metal per second here, which is half of his income. Half of his income sits right here, easily chain reactable. And a bunch of his energy production sits here. That's 330 energy out of the 1800 that he's making. That's a sixth of his energy income sitting right there. Also easily killed and chain reacted. Only she knows. She's got to scout. Got to figure out. What she also needs to do is step into the water, actually. Dragon and Shira are both making a huge mistake here, not stepping into the water. Dragon Lord slightly less abhorrent on that mistake. He is slowly getting into the water. I think he's going to find this build spot. The reason why I'm hesitant to give him the point outright is because this build spot isn't intuitive for mass production. Limited space. No room for the tier 2 has been left. Kind of shutting down the exit point for his units here by building these constructors in front of it. We will see. Roundy. Nope, we are all dead. What do you mean, Roundy? What do you mean? So I'm undecided as to whether or not Dragon Lord gets a bonus point for the placement of this naval factory or not. Hank. Definitely no bonus points for Hank if he were to get them, because he does this every time we play on this map, but I can't fault him because it always works. This is guaranteed to kill one person. I don't know who. It depends on who he attacks. If he attacks Dusk with it right now, and I mean it has to be like right now, Dusk loses this. There's nothing here. There's a couple little piddly T1 defenses, and that's it. Dusk for sure, 110% dies to that. And then he'll be so on the back foot against Hank's naval game. Oh my word. Oh, okay. For a second I thought those were converters. I was about to be scared for the rest of the participants. Let's check on metal income. Dusk at about 110. Hank at 68. Shira at 60. Dragonlord at 32. Dragonlord expanding slowly. Unfortunately, he's not built any construction turrets. He's struggling for metal. Tempted to help him. I will. But I don't... if I tell him he needs to build converters, everybody's going to know that he doesn't have converters, which means he's weak and easily killed. This does not count as war because it is extraneous and out. So that's the danger, right, of building this. Anybody can kill this. Anybody can kill this. Doesn't count as main base. Main base is your island. Extraneous is free and fair. So expanding on this map under this rule set is dangerous. Shira gonna come in here and stand there and take a bunch of damage. There we go. Now she's paying attention. Going to go in for an attack here, but is going to find very much that there is enough forces here waiting for her, I think. Careful of the explosive damage here. Dragon Lord kind of under fire here. Man, Dragon Lord's going to get another 2v1 bonus point. That's crazy. There is enough here to stop this, though. The Legion Commander is going to be plenty. Where? Oh, man. Oh, Dusty popped the converters. No. We're going to go ahead and give the bonus point to Dragon Lord. Already. Bonus point. Dragon for 2v1. Immediately. I respect the holdout here. I mean, if we're speaking subjectively, right? Or objectively, rather, Dragon Lord looks for all intents and purposes the weakest player. Hasn't ecoed correctly, hasn't been able to expand, he's not in the middle. He's got tier 1. But, despite that, he held out against an air raid from Dusk while being attacked from tier 2 by Shira, while he's lacking completely in tier 2. I mean, I don't know. I like that he's not giving up here, I think, more than anything else. Shira gonna go exploring with Ducks. Gonna find out that, hey, surprise, Dusk is here. Eating with a Scuttle. Amphibious Crawling Bomb. And air. Yeah. Reaction? 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 No? Ignore these. These guys are dead. Build anti-air. He has permission to kill you. Build anti-air. Did she forget? If she forgot, she has only herself to blame for that. She's got not fighters. Oh, man. Okay, she's building fighters. Okay, alright. So she's opting to go for the fighters, betting that Dusk doesn't immediately kill her, which he is totally allowed to do at this point. At any point, Dusk can elect to just murder Shira. At any point in the game. Dragon Lord holding his ground. What is Hank up to? Let's check on Hank. Hank is snowballing. Dusk probably knows that, which is why he's... Well, actually, you know what? Maybe he doesn't, now that I think about it. Fighter Scouts coming out here. Going to be slowly whittling down the numbers for Dragon Lord. Out of these mosquitoes. This is a lot of wasted mass. I mean, this is probably 30 mosquitoes. Like 3,000 metal or something. See, how much is a mosquito? 110, yeah. Ooh, probably about 3,000 metal or so. Maybe even more. What's going on? Lightfall. Oh, you did alright. Yeah, honestly, man, you did okay. Your only mistake here, you just didn't build any, like, just a couple early game turrets into these 2 choke points. Like, 1 or 2 would have been enough. That's all you needed. I think you were Legion, right? We built the Dragon's Jaw pop-up riot cannon. That would have been plenty. You didn't need them much, just a little bit to prevent that death there. But honestly, you did okay. Well, I've noticed that if you survive past early game, you scale up very well and you defend very well. You just got to work a little bit on recognizing attacks. When's a good point to move out and do stuff? No, I think he did. I think he did okay. Poor Dragon. He's trying. He's slowly getting himself up to speed here. Needs to improve his metal income and he needs more converters. He really needs more converters. I desperately want to tell him that he should build more converters. But if I say something in the chat, it might expose it. I'm afraid somebody will try to capitalize on that to murder him, which Shira looks like she's prepping for. Bombers. Oh. That. Dusk is becoming an absolute powerhouse. He's got anti-nuke. He's got tier 2. Factory getting established over here for your vehicles. Not being utilized at the moment. So there'll be nothing done with this extra island. Hank, meanwhile, happily continuing to stack up his tier 1 army that he's not going to use and is inevitably going to get killed later. But it doesn't matter because eventually... There we go. Tier 2 shipyard kicks into overdrive. And things start getting good for Hank. Oh boy. Level 5 commander has a lot of health. You're going to be hard pressed to get that kill with bombers. With tier 1 bombers. But she's working on it. He's trying. The dodge coming out. Does she have enough? I don't think she does. I think she fails to kill. Gunships would have been a better option. Yeah. Noxua gonna shut this down. Dragonlord surviving with 25% HP and his effigy somewhere, I presume. Yeah, effigy. Gonna fail to kill here. I think that was a bit of a desperation move on Shira's part, though, because she knows that eventually Dusk comes to kill her. Scuttle's gonna move across the map here, which is just insane if they make it. She needs to change them into stealth mode, though. They're not yeah, she can change them because right now they're just an easy target, right? They don't have enough health, so first unit that sees them just kills them all. They chain react. But if she stealths them, she can try to get some damage in. Maybe kill a factory. Could be good. Dragonlord's slowly getting brought back up to full health here. She's gonna level up to level 6 soon and become that much harder to kill. Advanced fusion reactor coming online here for Shira. Okay. Doesn't have the converters to back it up, though. Gonna build them now. Very good. More bombers being produced. Tier 1 bombers. I have to question the wisdom of that. She'll at the very least need fighters of her own. Torpedo subs. Out and about here. The scuttles. Falling slowly. Can't climb cliffs. Looking for an opening. Looking for an opening. failed to change them into cloak state. These are just going to die. Dusk controlling half the map here. He's got mid. He's got this island. He is producing up here now a bunch of tier 1 construction vehicles. Okay. Yep, all of those going to explode because they're not cloaked. That's unfortunate. Deeply. Shira is now bottlenecked in by torpedoes on all exits of her base. Air is now the only method available to her for this kill. And she's going to have to figure out how to make it work. The switch into Tier 2 air is viable here, I think. Just barely. Nuke's gonna come out. Is it hitting Shira? Or is it hitting Hank? It's gonna hit Shira. That's tragic. Oh, man. And it all goes up in flames. Your only option now, Shira, I think, is to march your Cortex Commander across the map and hope that Dust doesn't see it and murder you with 42 mosquitoes. Oh, jeez. And with that, Hank is going to make his move, though. We're going to see an absolute armada of Tier 1 units marching across the field here. They're going to single file into a train of Dragon Jaws turrets, but there's so many of them by sheer weight of volume that they're going to get in anyway, I think. The pawns aren't, but these guys definitely will. Yeah, Mace is just gonna waltz in here and start tearing shit up. I mean, sure, there's mosquitoes, and a lot of them, but, like, look at how many maces there are. Who cares? Jesus, Hank. Being said, it's gonna be a lot of wasted metal. Just hanging out. An additional 10k metal is going to be just sitting here. Dusk kind of controls the fate of the game at this point because Shira engaged him for some reason in the early matches with some of her units. Whether she gets second or first is entirely up to Dusk's whim. If Dusk decides to leave her alone, she can still recover from this. If Dusk decides to finish the job, she takes a guaranteed second place, giving Dragon the first place. I'll have to be excited to look at the point totals here at the end of all this. Another nuke gonna come out. Gonna wipe Shira again. Because naturally, she still hasn't built the anti-nuke. Yeah. Shira gonna slowly get whittled down here. I think at this point, your best bet, suicide your commander into Dusk Space. That's what I would do. Just march everything into the... I mean, really, actually, what stops that? I would march your commander into Dusk's base and kill him. It's a Cortex commander. Let's see. Does the... Okay, well, if she's not going to fire, definitely not. No, she's dead. Rip. GG to Shira. Shira takes second place. Respawns. And down she goes. Well played to Shira. That was her last match. She got the kill on Lightfall. Accidentally stepped a bunch of units into the back line of Dusk's base. If she hadn't done this, if she hadn't attacked Dusk's main base, 100% she could have won this game, but she aggroed Dusk. That was the mistake. And 3 points to Dragon for placing in first. Alright, Green is final points player and is fair game. He has taken first place. It's like Dusk is looking to close this game out, but will he manage? Hank is not dead. We're going to get an epic showdown here, I think. Or finale. Looks like Dragon has decided he's gonna send his entire army. Why are both of these players moving to the right side? Shira's dead. They haven't scouted. They don't know where Dusk is actually at. That's hilarious. Plenty of anti-air in here, though. Gonna shut these strongholds down pretty hard. Boom. Turkino's doing their absolute best here. Getting very painfully whittled away by a single stronghold. Very unfortunate. Hank! Oh no. What a fitting scenario. Lots of small fish. Soon to be prey for these predators. That's unfortunate. Let's watch these guys get torn apart by torpedoes in shallow water. If they ground fire, they can damage, due to the AoE effect, the torpedoes here. Or the submarines, rather. But you gotta know how to do that, unfortunately. Gotta know how to force fire your units. This Janus in particular could have done some gnarly damage there. And that's gonna be the end of the tier 1 raids. Shiva, amphibious siege mechs, slowly waltzing into the base here. Gonna be taking some damage off of these mosquitoes though, as they don't have any anti-air. And the level 5 Legion Commander gonna be plenty to shut these down by himself, actually, due to the slow firing nature of the Shiva. Ooh, but moving your commander into firing range is probably not the call. We'll see. Ooh, gets the D-gun, actually. Very nice. Lord Dragon deserves all the bonus points for this game. I am so glad he got a first-place win under his belt out of the points players. Oh my god! What? Man, the holdout is crazy. No, don't do it. No, stay away. Run, 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 run. Run! No! Oh, Dragon Lord. That's tragic. Dragon Lord absolutely fighting to the bitter end here. Meanwhile, Hank is just... He said, yeah, I see you got submarines, but I don't care. I'll throw bodies at it. Let's watch this train waltz into Dusk's base real quick. Pretty much unopposed. These Aphyses are going to go up in smoke, I think. He's not careful. Oh, the amphibious siege mech's going to shut down the rest of that spam. Barely. Absolutely barely. 27%. If this Aphis had gone down, that would have been all she wrote. Siege mech's notoriously bad against spam, but unfortunately these tier 1 units in particular are just slow enough. Ooh, but the friendly fire AoE damage coming out on the Shivas is going to get some casualties here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Huge friendly fire coming out of these things. Crazy amounts of friendly fire. So much that they could actually be stopped with another wave of tier 1, I think, if Hank's paying attention to how they're interacting with each other. Yeah. Wow. That being said, though, Dusk is cranking these out. 108 metal per second. It's more than enough to build one of these about... Oh, geez, looks like maybe every 30 seconds or so. That's a pretty rough number. Hank making way more metal a second, though. What is he doing with it? Spamming out tier 2. Big Hank in the red is not throwing in the towel. He has plenty more spam to throw at his problems. Teching up? Never heard of it. I throw bodies. Let the bodies hit the floor. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Does not care. Not a single shit given about your tier 3. Not a single F. Nothing against these submarines, though, is unfortunate. Submarines get to sit here for free. I mean, does it matter? With enough bodies, any problem can be solved. Quantity has a quality all of its own. Very curious to see how this match goes. If Hank just gave up on this blasted tier 2, tier 1 spam nonsense and focused all of his efforts on this factory right here, he has triple Dusk's income. Triple. And an extra 6k energy income as well on top of that. He could very easily wipe this away. If only he would divert his focus, I think, just a little bit. Honestly, who gives a crap about this base, right? With all this economy in the backlines. Yeah, I wouldn't give a shit about that. I mean, I guess... Alright, I guess he does have a fair few fusions in here. But he can still keep the land units for defense. Does he have anti-nuke in here, though? He does. What's Dusk up to? What's his plan to stop this? He knows the nuke launcher isn't going to do anything. Does he have... He does have an anti-nuke in the backlines for his naval forces as well. If Hank ground fired, he could absolutely wipe away. Absolutely wipe away these submarines with the ground fire from the Fat Boys. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. Fat Boys, more than capable of killing those submarines in this shallow water if only he force fires them at the ground. But I don't think Hank remembers that that's something he can do. He's planning on stopping them the hard way with a ton of his own submarines. It's worth noting more submarines are being produced here for Dusk. Thinking they're going to get in, and I got news for you. They are not going to get in. Now, is this tier 2 submarines coming out? They are. Enough submarine numbers could theoretically overwhelm the tier 1. This Legion commander thinks he's going to waltz in here and do anything, and he is wrong. He is very, very wrong. Pull away from that fight, good sir, if you know what's good for you. Even if you get through this first line of Fat Boys here, there is 100 more eagerly awaiting your arrival. Curious to see how this goes. All these submarines probably gonna think, or hope maybe, that they have an easy in. Anti-nuke gonna come out and shut that down. Persecutor, or excuse me, this is Armada, the Rattlesnake pop-up plasma artillery. Gonna come out here and shoot Dusk's commander away. Hank gonna intend to maintain the status quo. Theoretically, he should be able to get more bang for his buck out of this naval factory. Stop building this, right? That's what I think. Or stop building the tier 1 parts of this. This is a waste. Still at not quite triple his economy. If he would just focus all of these resources on this factory, Hank can win very easily, I might add. Very, very easily, very handily could win. Submarine's gonna run into an absolute wall of torpedo defenses and die. Ooh. Not all of them, though. Gonna go look for the commander now. Friendly submarine's gonna come back to clean this up, though, and they will clean it. Nothing really important gonna die here. Yeah. And saves all of the important backline economy here. Wow. Hank needs to get some tier 2 torpedo defenses here, I think. Stop these shallow raids. Enough of these submarines are dead. He thinks he can waltz his tier 1 armies around here, and he's right. But only if he actually moves them. And needs to keep them more spread out than that. Bunching them up here is not the move against these heavy AoE weapons. There we go, there we go, there we go. Some of these submarines friendly firing each other, I think. Yeah. There you go. Some of these submarines dying to the friendly fire are gonna through the use of corpses, gonna eventually slow down the attrition rate Hank suffers as he crosses onto calmer waters, tighter land spaces. But in the meantime, Dusk is attempting to expand again. Going to be an excellent final match here. Dusk slowly catching up in the economy game. Hank has stopped scaling his ego for some reason. Needs to make a move here sooner rather than later. Dusk Commander actually gonna get caught out, I think. Yeah. Dusk Commander is not capable of stopping this many forces. He's got an effigy, so it's fine for now, but careless mistake. Boom. Does leave behind an effigy debris, by the way, worth 2.25 thousand metal, because it swaps with the effigy that was placed back at home. So does leave metal behind when you get the kill on a commander, even if it gets transposed, and it's actually worth more than the usual commander wreckage in a vanilla game. So worth remembering for those looking to get that extra income. New forces stacked up here to deal with any run-bys. Submarines still here, but not enough. Dusk actually out of naval forces now. Putting everything he's got into this aircon for some reason. For why, actually. But either way, Hank can, yeah, there we go. 32 Barracuda submarines. With more being produced. Slowly, but surely. Gonna come out here and hopefully, firstly, clear the front of your base. And then immediately sweep the Dusk space. Hank starting to clear things up here a little bit. Gonna take care of this expansion unopposed. Land units moving rather unopposed. Dusk's commander has not healed. There are no constructors where he built his effigy. Could take these tier 1 constructors and use them to heal his commander up real quick. New commander effigy gonna quickly be placed down. But it may be too little too late. His commander's going to die here and immediately respawn here. There we go. Tier 2 constructor is going to be pulled for the healing. Remnant torpedoes actually going to shut this down, it looks like, before they can get into the base. That's unfortunate. This had a good chance of doing some damage, but nothing being done here about the torpedoes. It's because all the submarines are busy back home. Eventually, Hank just snowballs out of control here with the Navy. Managed to build a bunch of the Martyr bomber planes and crash them into Shira. Yeah, I noticed you queued immediately that first scout plane into Shira's base, and then she didn't immediately build anti-air either, so I actually kind of expected you to get the kill there, Lightfall. I was very surprised. I think you were just the teeniest, tiniest bit too slow. You came very close. If Shira had gone south and run into Dusk first instead of fighting you, you probably could have got her. Hank slowly but surely choking Dusk out of this match. Very slowly and very surely choking him out of it. A lone stronghold. Gonna get shot down here. Hank, Commander cloaked. Not gonna get spotted, I don't think. By Dusk. Nope. He has no idea. Does see that it's getting slowly shot to death. Nuke's gonna come out. Probably gonna be aimed at this land force. Or excuse me, these naval forces. Oh my god. And he gets them. Holy crap! Wow. That's brutal. Oh man, that's rough. There is a new group out already though. It's not enough. There's not enough defenses here to stop this, even this second smaller group. Dusk is still in trouble. He's not out of the woods. And Hank, completely undetected. Completely undetected. Oh. Finish it. God. Hank, completely undetected here, is slowly... Wait, Dusk can see him. Dusk can see him. Can Hank shoot at him? No. Hank, your commander. Your commander. Here you go. Get him under the water, and then he can fire the underwater disintegration beam. Get him into the water. Get him into the deeper water, Hank. Hank, commander, gonna get sent back home. It's okay. Not the end of the world. Probably a little frustrating for him, though. Needs to get some repairs done on it. There will be an assault force if Dusk is smart. Oh my word, what in the world? Jesus. Let's watch the onslaught. I love the Bastion. Heavy plasma rounds. Really coming out, impacting the commander here. A run by of submarines. Ooh, absolutely press tab. There they are. Hank's heroes gonna come in and shut down the backline production for Dusk here before he can do a whole lot about it, I think. And that's gonna spell doom for Mr. Dusk of Legend, I believe. And as many bodies as Hank has thrown away at this fight, at the end of the day, it doesn't seem like it's gonna matter. He's gonna get the win with this ridiculous PAM strategy he's doing. I can't believe it. Slowly but surely gaining inches of territory. Wading through an ocean of his unit's mechanical parts. Just to get a couple pot shots on that commander. But he's gonna get those pot shots, let me tell you what. Truly a terrifying end here for Dusk, I think. Gonna hit the respawn. Needs to pull units to heal him and get him the hell out of here. Another wave is surely on its way, and indeed it is. Jesus Christ. Let's get into the voice chat as we hear these guys finish this matchup. Jesus. Hank. Throw bodies at the problem. Torpedoes, submarines tearing your units apart as they cross the water, the open ocean, no problem. Throw more bodies at it than they can shoot. Than they can possibly... ever kill. We will wade across islands made of our fellow comrades' bodies.
He's not even playing Legion. He's playing Armada.
He's playing Armada. He's not even playing the Daka faction. Dusk as Legion on the absolute defensive here with his mobile assault factory commander, unable to stop the unyielding tide. And there he goes.
Oh, it's over.
GG. Right, let's tally up points.
Damn.
Not only are we tallying up points, we're looking at point totals for yesterday's matches as well. Dusk had the highest point count yesterday of 15, and chose, if he wins the tournament, to donate his copy of Executive Assault 2 to Conman. So let's look at our points for today. We're going to start with Dragon. Dragon, by the way, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I gave you another bonus point in that match for holding out again. What a wild last stand you had against the Shiva spam, just shitting out D-guns left, right, and center. That was great. Who is Loku's aneurysm?
Me. Nightfall.
Welcome to the Locusts. You've been added to the cult.
I was asked to, so I couldn't refuse.
Who did it? Who did it? Alright, let's look at our points here. So, we're going to total Dragon's points up first. We have a total of 1. That's it. No, I'm kidding. 1.
It was Loku's headache, so I am the source of it.
2.
I definitely didn't.
3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Dragon and with 7 points. Lightfall. Let's see what Lightfall got. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. 6. 7. Lightfall tying for not third but second place instead with
tiebreaker 1v1
with Dragon Lord. No, it'll take an hour.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shira's points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my god. Shira, you beat Dusk by 1 point. So
only because you can't deduct points, I think.
Only because I can't. If I had been allowed to deduct points under my own rule set, you would be exactly tied with Dusk. Is Dusk here, by the way? He's very quiet.
I don't know if you have muted him earlier.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I can't hear him either, so.
He's not muted for me.
Okay.
Strange.
You were so lucky that my suicide bomb was
Yeah, Sarah, he was. If you had allowed him like an extra 5 minutes or so, he was preparing a suicide bomb attack, and you had absolutely no anti-air at the start of the game.
Oh yeah.
That would have been funny. Well, Shira, it would appear that you won. You just won.
I wasn't even meant to be playing for points.
Yeah, so I guess the question now is, what do you want to do with your copy of Executive Assault 2? You can choose to gift it to somebody.
Who doesn't have it here?
Well,
Dragon Lord and Nightfall both do not have it.
Neither did Conman, that's why I was trying to give it to him.
Yeah, so Conman doesn't have it, Dragon Lord doesn't have it. I don't think Lightfall has it.
I do not.
Yeah.
Would Lightful want it?
I would want it.
Well, have it then. You were very funny to consistently be harassing me and you. That was fun.
All right. Shira,
Thank you very much.
Stream chat, you're gonna hear it here. Shira is going to donate her first place prize to Lightfall. Lightfall will be receiving a copy of Executive Assault 2 from yours truly. In the meantime, so between Hank and Dusk, Dusk won the first two, Hank won the third one. Dusk won one yesterday, and Hank won two yesterday. I not sure who between Hank or Dusk wins for determining my stream.
Both.
So I have.
Both
I am
or 1v1 them.
picking. I'm going. I know. Well, I have an idea. I need to do more content anyway. So Hank gets to pick a stream, and Dusk gets to pick a stream. So we're just gonna give it to both of them because they stuck around for both days, made the tournament happen. Without them, the tournament in its set format could not have happened on both days. Today we would have been without rule set 2 players, I think, except for Chira, maybe, due to dropouts and a couple other things. So stream chat, big appreciation to all of our players who were in both days 1 and 2, and yeah. Guys, any closing comments before I end the stream?
Yes, I propose Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
I'll vomit my rate. You know what? On that horrifying note, we're gonna end the live stream.
Seems like Loki might be doing an ASMR stream for a long time.
Oh God! I said you could pick the game, not the. Oh, Jesus. Anyway. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Thank you to the participants. This was an awesome, fun, semi-casual event with a fun prize. No serious money involved, so I think the matches were pretty relaxed. And, you know, if you want to be part of stuff like this in the future, feel free to join the Discord link in the description of this stream, as well as pretty much all of my other videos.